I was gonna ask people in the chat, like, do you guys remember what happened last time? But nobody will. So let's just go on. And we can remind you what happened last time. We learned that Rena divorced. She's not divorced, her parents are.
I was about to say, that's kind of a bad read of what was going on before.
Yep.
Hi, everybody.
Yep. Hi, everybody. Welcome. But yeah, no, her mom ended up, like, cheating on her dad, with some dude, and yeah, I'm blanking out. She was like, all right, do you prefer me or your dad? And, like, her mom was, like, spoiling her to basically get Rena to, like her more. And so she's like, do you prefer me or your dad? And so Rena obviously was like, you, to be, like, polite. And then she was like, okay, well, if we stop living together, would you prefer to live with me? And she was like, what the fuck? And so she ended up living with her dad and throwing away all her mom's things. And she also was blaming herself for the divorce.
Yeah.
Because she liked the dude, who I already forgot the name of, that her mom ended up with, and was nice to him. And she's like, it's my fault then, because I was nice to him. Which is a typical thoughts for a kid of divorced parents to have, I think. I think that's very real and relatable, honestly. So my parents divorced when I was like 3, so I was super young, so I didn't have, like, thoughts quite like that. But it's very real thoughts to have. And so they moved out of, what is it, Hinamizawa to,
Yes.
I forget where. It was like some city, not Shishibone or anything, but
it was
different
further.
city.
It was a bit further out than that. It was closer to, like, main city civilization. I don't remember what the. I don't really remember what the city's name is. It's not really relevant what it is.
It's not
To
important.
be quite honest.
But Rena basically says that she saw Oyashiro-sama, and this was like Oyashiro-sama's curse, because they had left Hinamizawa and they were supposed to go back. So they ended up going back, because they went back to, like, a family's house or something, or the house that they used to have.
Yeah, it was her paternal grandma's house. She used to live there. She passed away recently, and the house had been empty since.
Yeah. I think another important thing of note to remember, from the last couple chapters is, Rena has been revealed to be wearing a mask, basically. She, like, that chipper attitude is not, it's a facade. And she also has a cool hideout at the junkyard inside a car with a blankie and a lamp. Great.
It's the coolest fucking hideout.
With a banky. And
it is unfortunately very dangerous in an artificial pit in a valley. Well, this is never mentioned, this doesn't come up ever, but, like, I've always thought, wow, that's dangerous, that it's such a flash flood risk.
Oh yeah. Another important thing, there's a new command. ! Howl. Enjoy.
So beautiful. Look at her! If you don't look at her and love her right now, I'm blowing up.
But it's like the Nipa command, so any, you found the one way to not spell Nipa. I put in so many. There you go. You can write it as a command, you can write it not as a command. You can actually, let me make sure real quick, because I think I may have made, no, don't auto include the exclamation point. Don't do that. There we go. Yes, you can also just say how. Yeah.
Hello.
It's hello. Oh, it's so cringe. I love it. But yeah,
Love her.
love her. Love her. Get it out of your system before we gotta read forever.
If things get serious, we'll turn off the commands.
We will. I have a button for it. Thank you, Audie, for the idea. Also, hey, Canera. And greetings works again. I think Mix It Up was just fucking up yesterday, because my "you died" command was also, like, the text was appearing, but the sound wasn't happening. And greetings wasn't working. The leprechaun command, like, Audie did it, but I heard it and I didn't see it, and I was like, what the fuck is happening with my stream shit? We already read the tips. Let's go. Greetings. Whoa. Oh, it's me. Okay, let me get into the zone. The auto zone. Also, if I'm a little loopy, it's because I had like 4 hours of sleep. So,
I also didn't get a lot of sleep. I had time to take a nap though. So
yeah,
sorry.
No, I mentioned yesterday on the stream with Scorch, that I told you this, Cal. I went to a cafe at like 3 p.m. No, like 2:30. Same thing. And they had this ube latte. And ube is like this purple sweet potato, and it's really tasty. It's kind of like taro a little bit. So I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. So I was thinking it was just like, a cool purple drink. I did not consider it might have coffee in it. It sure did. It had espresso in it. And I felt...
Was it good though?
It was fucking delicious, and I want another one, but later. And earlier in the day, so I can be powered, like, through the day, because, like, holy shit, I saw God. I could do anything. I could take over the world.
Do anything but sleep.
I could do anything but fucking sleep. I didn't, like, at 4 a.m., I was still laying in bed like, that ube latte fucked me up. Oh, no. And so I got some tea, I took a shower, and I was still, like, wide awake, but I finally fell asleep, and then I kept waking up, and I'm like, Anyway, Higurashi. Wish coffee would hit me like that. See, that's... Okay, sorry, tangent right before we begin. I have a high caffeine tolerance. I drink at least a cup a day, and 2 cups if I'm feeling spicy, 3 cups if I'm feeling crazy. And so the fact that this fucking ube latte fucked me up so much was like, holy shit. Suffer. Glad to have caught the Higurashi stream. It's one of my faves. Hell yeah. Just don't be like some people on Blue Sky and throw in a spoiler in reaction to certain characters showing up, or I will kill you. I will.
I'm still furious.
Not in Minecraft.
If
I will kill you for real.
If any of y'all who spoiled Spoonie on that shit are like listening right now, if you're fucking out there, I am 2 blocks away.
Yeah, okay, that happened since last stream. I posted a clip and a character showed up and somebody replied, oh, it's so-and-so who did blank and blank. And I was like, cool, awesome, sweet, neat. Anyway, good morning, Rena. You're late today.
You're just early today, Keiichi-kun.
I'm not trying to put aside the fact that I'm always late, but it feels good to defeat you once in a while.
Oh, I slept in this morning. I couldn't sleep last night.
Rena, girl, me too. Oh, you too! Same here. I was still feeling yesterday's uproar. It took me a long time to go to sleep. I was up till 4 a.m. because of that ube latte. Keiichi, what are you talking about? Yesterday, I had a lot of fun with my friends and went home still riding that high. I was too full to eat dinner. Kept talking with my parents about the great time I had over the past few days. I was so pumped up that I couldn't go to sleep. Kinda sounds like I'm a little kid. But given that Rena seemed to be the same way, I felt better about it. No, I felt better isn't the right way of phrasing it. I should say I'm glad to know that we shared the same feeling. Rena went treasure hunting after I left. I'm sure she found many adorable things, went home, and talked with her parents about how great the day was. Parents. No. She's She's divorced. Rena Ryuugu is divorced.
Hey, Mi-chan, good morning.
Oh, you're here early. Better watch out for the pigs falling from the sky.
I know I usually make you wait for me, but do you really have to say it like that?
Keiichi-kun was unusually early this morning. Today is full of miracles.
You're one to talk yourself.
It's going to be another happy day today. I had fun the day before yesterday. I had fun yesterday. So I'm going to have fun today for sure. I'm happy, and Mion is happy too. Of course, Rena and my other friends are equally happy. I'm not afraid to say it, and I wish these happy days would last forever. They won't. Hey, Mion, what are we playing today?
What, for club? I don't know yet. Rena, do you have any ideas?
Let's see. We've been playing athletic games for the past few days, so I'd say something not athletic.
You're right. That's a very good point. Our club is not only about athletic performance, is it?
Of course it's not. Our club members have to have brains, skills, and brawn to boot. So why don't we play some tabletop games today?
Everybody was early this morning.
How?
Settlers of Catan.
How we should play Settlers of Catan?
I don't know why I said it like that.
Settlers of Catan.
Settlers of Catan.
We could enjoy our walk to school for once.
How we should play Monopoly? For 4 hours.
Or the game of life. Have you ever played the game of life? I love that game. It lasts so long. Oh my god. I love that game.
Mousetrap.
How Mousetrap.
There's something about being like, how, and then naming a random board game. Why is how not working? Did I do it wrong? Hang on. Hang on. Hang on.
You broke her! Look what you've done.
I didn't include the... There we go. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Okay.
I
Now
guess
it's better.
Dungeons and Dragons is a tabletop that you could name. You should go for, like, I don't know, Cyberpunk or fucking Pathfinder, though. Those are better.
How Dungeons and Dragons.
After a while, we started talking about the upcoming festival. They told me that the festival was called Watanagashi and that it's the biggest event of the year in Hanamizawa.
Yesterday, my relatives gathered at my house in Okinomiya, and they started talking about you, Kei-chan.
What? Me? What do the great people of the Sonozaki family talk about?
Well, my uncle Yoshiro is the store manager of Angel Mort, and he saw your performance yesterday. He really likes you now. So I started asking.
Game would go hard. A cyberpunk game would go hard? Like a cyberpunk tabletop game? Dog, it exists. It's called cyberpunk.
Is it? Wait, isn't there another? Wait, no, I've played like Dungeons
I'm
and Dragons.
talking about cyberpunk as in Cyberpunk 2077, the video game that was a board game first.
Was it really? I didn't know that.
Yes, it's a
Oh, that's what they're
tabletop
talking.
game made
That's
by
what-
Mike Pondsmith.
That's what Gil's talking about. Sick.
You're saying it was the way you phrased it. You said it would go hard, as in like, oh, that
Go hard as in playing it right now would go so hard. I get it. I get it. It just, at first, it's like, what are you talking about? That exists, bruh.
So
yeah, Cyberpunk Red is the most recent version of the tabletop,
I see.
meant to coincide with the game and subsequent anime.
Can I just as a, there's gonna be a lot of tangents since I'm on so little sleep, but do you know about the movie Amelia Perez? It's awful.
I know of it, and I've heard
Okay.
things, but I've not seen it.
Have you know the song about the vaginoplasty?
What? No.
There's a song about transsexual like surgeries, and it's awful. And there's a line literally in the song where this doctor says penis to vagina, and there's also a part where he says I see, and it's making me, every time I see, I think of it, and it pisses me off.
I didn't know it was a musical.
It's a fucking musical, and it's awful, and it's like, the music is god awful. It won like musical of the year over Wicked, and that's how people found out about this movie. And it sucks ass. Anyway, I should send you that song later.
No, I won't watch it. You can send it to me. I'm not putting that shit in my fucking skull.
You don't want it in your skull because it'll get in your head and you'll hate your life. Like me.
Exactly.
So
Wicked lost to that. It's like the monkey's paw curls. I beg for Wicked to not be named as the musical ever, and then someone's like, "Oh, so you want something else, huh?"
So you want the transphobic movie? I see.
No.
Anyway, Mion. So, I started asking the others if they had heard of you, and I found out that most of them did. They said you're famous in Hinamizawa. Famous doesn't sound like they meant it in a good way. I'm probably more infamous to them because of the punishments you made me do. It's not only that. They said that you blend in well, that you're full of energy, and that you're a little bit reckless. They said it's rare for a young man in this era to have all those qualities. They were very impressed with you. I felt a bit embarrassed to know that people I haven't even met were speaking well of me. And so, they want you to do something at the Watanagashi Festival. Oh, this is different. You like to draw people's attention, don't you? Hey, don't assume things and don't decide anything without me. Don't you know I'm a quiet, lonely guy who loves to be alone? That's not true. Lonely guy? You mean Cherry Boy, don't you?
What is Cherry? What is that a reference to the scene?
I think she means like, as in he's not popped as cherry.
Brother, he is 14.
What's a cherry boy?
I think that's what she means. I don't know.
Oh, Keiichi-kun, what does cherry boy mean?
Whoa! Stop talking about nasty things. Ladies don't talk about things like that. I'm sexist. We really were still feeling the after effects of yesterday. Mion and I made a lot of noise teasing each other on the way to school. Rena watched us and laughed happily. Satoko and Rika-chan were already there when we arrived at school. They were also full of energy. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun were too. From that, I can tell that they also had a good time yesterday.
Bing cherry energy drink, like the fucking search engine.
No, it's a type of energy drink here. Everybody has been having a good time, really. In Hinamizawa, everybody is happy. That's why he's so full of energy. He's had that Bing energy drink. It hasn't been.
This feels like an ad. Hashtag not sponsored.
This stream sponsored by Bing energy drink. It hasn't even been a year yet since I moved here, but.
And what is it?
Well, I'm just glad that I moved here.
What's wrong, Kei-chan? You're being sentimental.
I understand. I understand exactly how you feel. You feel like everything is perfect, that you've become happy since you moved to Hinamizawa. I think this village has some kind of power to make people feel that way.
Are you happy, Rena?
Yes, I'm happy every day here in Hinamizawa.
Yeah, me too.
Hey!
There's a wasp trying to get in my window.
Oh no! Hang on. I need to drink my coffee.
Okay, it went away, we're fine. I don't have to get up.
Okay.
Hey, don't leave this old man out in the cold. Let me in on the conversation too.
No.
The sky was clear, and the few thin clouds were pure white. The cry of the cicadas was telling me that summer would be coming earlier than usual. Watanagashi is just around the corner. I'm sure we'll have a great fun at the festival too. I don't know where that great fun. There will be more and more fun days to come, I'm sure of it. Summer is just around the corner. Yesterday was actually Lunasa, which is the Sabbath that marks the middle of summer.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, the middle of summer? It's August. This is like the last summer month.
Fall doesn't start till September 21st.
I mean, I guess.
Mhm.
Ugh, it's so gross to think about.
Mm-hmm. We're halfway through summer.
I hate
Kinda
summer. I
sucks.
want it to be over.
I hate August. But August is full of good things this year. And this is you, I think, because it's pink.
It is. The last class of the day was finally over, meaning that it was time for club activities. I was sure it would be fun. I couldn't wait. And then Michan received a call and told us something had come up and she had to go, so we didn't have a club meeting today. I was really looking forward to it. There was nothing I could do. But I could at least chat with Keiji-kun on the way home. It'll be fun. Keiji-kun sometimes says mean things, but he's very funny. When I chat with him, my depression goes away.
My skin clears.
Wait, what did I just say? Am I depressed?
Girl.
I have so much fun every day, and I'm as happy as can be. What do I have to be depressed about? Well, it was obvious. Because of Rena-san, my father is happy now.
Okay, so it's like her dad's girlfriend. I also had that thought.
Before he met her, he was like a lamp in broad daylight. Honestly, he was like the living dead. But after he met Rena-san, he started to smile like he used to when he was living with my mother. He enjoyed talking with her and started going out with her. You could probably say they went on dates. Now he looks 20 years younger. Rena-san gets along with my father very well, and she's very kind to me, too. There's actually no reason for me to hate her. But the bitter memories of my parents' divorce and my many regrets were gradually eating away at my heart. Was it okay to accept that woman? Rena-san might be the same as how Uncle Akihito turned out to be.
This is so real. This is so real. This is so... Okay, anyway,
Do you want to talk about it?
I understand this feeling of, like, having divorced parents and still feeling, like, pretty upset about that as, like, a kid. And then you see your one of your parents, like, start to go out with somebody, and then you're like, but that's not my dad, or that's not my mom, and it makes no sense. Your brain is just like, no! Even if they're, like, the nicest person in the world, you just reject them. Also, good morning, Corgi.
I dropped Karkat on the floor.
No, Karkat!
He's been
Beep, beep, meow!
Is she the enemy who takes my happiness away with her very existence? With or without bad intentions? Am I gonna sit around until everything collapses again? Should I fight the enemy before it's too late? Mina-san comes to my house a little too obviously. Since my father started letting her stay the night, many of her belongings have turned up in the house. My father and I don't smoke, but there's an ashtray in the living room. The futon in our guest room is hers now. In the bathroom, there's a toothbrush and shampoo I'd never choose to buy. I started to feel awkward about those things, and that's when I started noticing it at the front door when I came home from school. Her perfume. I asked my father once if he was thinking about getting married to Rena-san. He looked a little embarrassed, perplexed, and confused. He told me, not yet. He knew I was hurt by the divorce. That's probably why he couldn't admit that he wanted to remarry. That's why he said, not yet. He'd consider it, but not while I was still living with him. That's what he meant, I guess. There's only one reason why I don't want him to get remarried to Rena-san. I feel offended that my sanctum, my family, is being invaded. I might be being selfish, though. I know keeping my father all to myself means keeping him miserable like he was before he met Rena-san. He has a life to live, too. It's his right to heal from the pain from the divorce and to live, to find his new love. he wouldn't have had to go through all that painful life if I'd prevented that divorce from happening in the first place. He has a right to a happy new life that lets him forget the pain he never deserved, and I don't have any right to stop him. In fact, I have an obligation to try to return his happiness to him. I have to pay for my sin, my inability to prevent his divorce. Then, what should I do to make us both happy? It wouldn't be that difficult. All I need to do would be to give my silent approval of their relationship. My father tells me he won't get remarried while we live together. That means I should stop leaning on my family, be strong, and live on my own as soon as I can. Although, that doesn't mean I can tell him not to go out with her until that day. Rena-san comes to our house to see him despite her busy schedule, and she even stays the night whenever her shifts permit. They're adults. I have no right to say anything against that. That's why I chose to give my silent approval to their relationship, and tried to see her as little as I could. I get along with Rena-san on the surface. I know my father would have a hard time keeping face if we didn't. But it's a very exhausting and painful thing to get along with a person I don't really like. So whenever Rena-san comes over, I spend as much time as possible outside, then head home late. Michan's club activities are the most convenient things to do to kill time. But there are some days where we don't have a club meeting. On those days, I while away my time at the garbage dump, hunting for treasure alone. And that's how I started to make my secret hideout. My father can do whatever he wants with Rena-san at home. I don't have to see them together. I can spend my time peacefully at my hideout. I sometimes feel depressed about my life. I sometimes want to talk to somebody about it. But nothing will change, even if I talk to somebody. This is all I can really do. The most important thing for me should be to overcome that sadness of losing my family as fast as I could, and to regain my own happiness. I have so much fun every day. I'm happy every day. Even on the way home, Keiichi-kun was talking about funny things that made me laugh. My feeling gloomy in spite of that was kind of rude.
Oh, it's a real feeling.
My father should be happy. I should be happy. I just feel sad because I still can't separate from my father. Compared to the unexpectedness of the divorce, Rena-san's invasion is a very slow process. I think Rena-san understands how I feel. She treats me very kindly, but she doesn't do more than that. I think she understands that I'd feel uncomfortable if she did. I respect Rika-chan because she's strong even without her parents. Compared to the pain of losing both her parents unexpectedly, my problem is like nothing. I respect Satoko-chan's toughness too. She also lost her parents and was forced to live a painful life under her uncle and aunt. Compared to the cruel treatment she had to go through, my relationship with Rena-san is a blessed one. I keep feeling anxious, but that's just because I'm still immature, and because I feel like I'm not ready to separate from my father. I have to be strong like Rika-chan and Satoko-chan. I have to try my best to be happy. I'm going to live with all my might, in order to regain the peace of mind that I lost that day. My assumption that I'm not happy is just a mistake. I should appreciate the wonderful days I spend with my wonderful friends. Just by realizing that I'm happy, the world shines so brightly. Listen, it was just so cute, so I screamed, I'm taking it home with me.
I bet you did. You're an expert at making the most out of every day.
I am, aren't I? I feel very fortunate to have a wonderful life and wonderful friends. How could I be unhappy?
You're right. In Hanamizawa, nobody becomes unhappy. Oh, that's scary. Everybody stays happy. Oh, that's scary. Hanamizawa is free from misfortunes.
You should have stopped right there. But he just kept going.
I'm jealous of you, Rena. I wish I could be an idiotic optimist like you.
Oh. It sounds like you're insulting me. But if that's what I need to make every day wonderful, I wouldn't mind. Would I? I don't have any worries. I feel like I do, but that's just because I'm immature and still want my father's attention. Come on. Say the magical words. It'll cheer you up.
Huh?
It didn't make sense to say it now, but I was gonna say it anyway, because this is my magical phrase that always cheers me up. Oh! I'm taking it home with me!
How? What's wrong with you? Girl, you're crazy. So like you, but still.
That's right. This is me, Rena.
Oh,
I'm not Rena. Rena still wants her parents' attention. Rena is a goofy and carefree girl. She knows that every day is full of happiness, and she has the kind heart to appreciate it too. I should forget about icky things. I should live a wonderful life free of anything icky. Icky starts with I. And that's why I got rid of the I in Rena.
I wonder what that is in
I'm Rena.
Japanese. Like,
I don't know, actually, off the top of my head.
so hey, Angel.
I'm going to recapture the happiness I lost when I left Hinamizawa. I will overcome any pain and hardship. I can be happy because I got rid of icky things. I'm sure there are only incredible things waiting for me. Oh, incredible starts with I too.
Then she became Rena again.
I was almost home, and when my house appeared, I noticed something different there. There was a truck parked in front of my house. There was nothing on the back of it, but I can tell it brought something here, because I saw some cardboard boxes, blankets, and ropes on the ground. From the front of the house, I heard voices of two young men saying, "Well, we'll be going now." They passed by me as I walked toward the front door. They were wearing some kind of work uniforms. They looked like delivery people. My father was about to close the door when he noticed me. "Hey, I'm home!" "What's going on?"
Oh, Rena. I have a surprise for you.
My father looked to be in a good mood. I didn't know why he was, but whenever he smiled like that, I just wanted to smile back at him. His eyes used to look like those of a dead fish, no matter how hard I tried to smile at him. But these days he could put on a big smile just to surprise me. He has been literally coming back to life since a year ago when we moved back to Hinamizawa. No, since he started dating Rina-san. When I see him smile like this, I'm happy. But at the same time, I feel confused because I don't know whether I should thank Rina-san or not.
Look, doesn't it look great?
He took me to the living room. He was probably expecting me to go all ooh and ah. So whether there was something in the living room or not, I was ready to go ooh and ah for him. Wow! What is this? What did you do? I tried to sound excited and surprised. He was standing behind me, probably smiling with satisfaction at hearing my excited voice. I, on the other hand, was desperately trying to understand what was going on. For a moment, I thought I was in someone else's house. You see, the living room had been completely redecorated. The furniture we had was all basically from the former house in Ibaraki. My parents bought most of the furniture when they married, so it was all old and a little dirty. Some of them still had crayon scribbles I drew on them when I was very little. But all of that was gone. Everything in the living room had turned a pastel color, looking very sophisticated like the rooms you'd see in soap operas. The new carpet looked very tropical. The new curtains matched with the carpet. The new sofa looked very expensive. The living room, in general, looked like a resort hotel. The channel switcher of our old TV was broken, and we used to have to use pliers to change channels, but it was gone too, replaced by a new one with a big screen. The room's lights had also been replaced by nicer-looking ones. The living room looked like a totally different world under the new fluorescent lights. This looks great, Dad! What made you do this?
I did it to get a fresh start. It's been a year since we moved here. I thought it was time for me to reboot and finally start a new life.
I suggested redecorating the house once in order to cheer him up because he was still in pain after the divorce, but he wasn't interested at the time. He didn't want to get rid of the old furniture he had chosen with my mother, because he still couldn't get over her even though she cruelly broke up with him. I wanted to suggest it again when the time was right. I never thought he'd do it all on his own initiative. That was a good idea. This beautiful living room makes me feel refreshed. I love it.
I knew you would. Rena, you always wanted to have a rocking chair, didn't you? I haven't set it up yet, but look! I got it for you.
Oh, Dad, thank you, thank you, thank you! This is mine, right? Right?
Hey, this is for everybody, not just for you, Rena.
I understand, but I'm not gonna get off the chair once I sit on it. My father explained the details of his redecoration proudly. He told me that he only did the living room this time, but he's gonna redecorate all the rooms. He sure had become more active. There are some parts about the redecoration I didn't like, but I still thought it was great because it made him happy. I found the old furniture outside in the yard. Are you going to throw them away?
Yeah, I think we should. A delivery company is coming later to pick them up.
Getting rid of the old furniture means putting an end to my mother. I hated the furniture because it smelled like my mother, and I tried to break everything once. I understand why my father wants to take this opportunity to get rid of them. But, for some reason, this new living room makes me feel like I no longer belonged here. My father didn't choose the new furniture. Rena-san probably did. Most likely, my father and Rena-san decided to redecorate the living room and went to a furniture store to buy everything. I tried to think positively. The reason why my father didn't tell me about the redecoration was because he wanted to surprise me. No, my father never really considers things that deeply. So, I suppose he didn't tell me because he just didn't think he needed to tell me. I'm sure he didn't redecorate the living room to make me feel like I was no longer welcome. Don't be negative, Rena. My father didn't have any bad intentions. He doesn't want to get rid of me. He doesn't think I'm the reason he can't get remarried. And yet, why did I feel sad looking at the old furniture in the yard? Why did I feel like I didn't belong? I realized the reason right away. That reason was me. To him, wanting to have a fresh start by getting rid of all the things that reminded him of my mother might be an indication of his unconscious desire to get rid of her daughter. My father doesn't really consider things deeply, so he might not be thinking that I'm the reason that he can't get remarried. But he understands that he can't get remarried while we live together. By staying with him, I'm torturing my father. It was my fault that he had to get a divorce. That's why I have to support him, to help recapture his happiness. I couldn't just keep him all to myself. I'd have to start thinking about living on my own. I don't need to go to university. I should think about getting a job. But who would hire an uneducated girl like me? Even if somebody did hire me, I wouldn't be able to earn enough money to live on my own. Maybe I should think about working at a hostess club, like Rena-san does.
Girl, no.
People only choose the jobs they can. A girl like me doesn't have a lot of choices. Not a lot of companies would hire me or pay me the amount of money I'd need to live on my own. But, come to think of it, where is the place where I belong? Whenever I end up feeling like this, I miss my secret hideout in the trash piles. I love to get under my blanket and feel the warmth on a cold night. The hideout gets hot and humid during the day and very cold at night. It's not a comfortable place to spend time in. But it might be the place where I can relax the most. More than I can at my house. No, I shouldn't think like this. I shouldn't think that my house has been invaded by Rena-san. I should thank her for making my father happy. Rena-san isn't trying to kick me out of the house. She's trying to get along with me. But I'm not opening my heart to her. I'm the bad one. I'm the bad one. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Satoshi-kun and his aunt didn't get along at all, and she abused him for a long time. Compared to him, my situation is a lot easier. Satoko-chan and Rika-chan lost their parents and they live together now. They've been through some very hard times. On the other hand, I still live with my father. I should feel blessed. I shouldn't think I'm unhappy just because of these things. I am happy. I am blessed. The trouble with me is that I still can't admit that I'm happy. My father kept talking proudly about the redecoration. I nodded at him with a big smile and let him keep at it.
Oh, I almost forgot. Rena, can I ask you a favor?
Sure. What is it?
I ordered 2 jackets from the clothing store. It seems like they came in today. I have to help the delivery company pick up the furniture, so can you go get the jackets for me?
Sure. Which store is it? I wonder what kind of jackets you got. I can't wait to see them. No matter what they look like, I'm sure Rena-san picked them out for him. Although I don't mind going. I'd rather go to the store than listen to his stories about the redecoration of our living room. I got the receipt, asked him where the store is, changed my clothes, and left the house. I started pedaling my bicycle and looked at the old furniture in the yard for the last time. They used to be the object of my hatred, but for some reason, they now made me feel sentimental. Is it because I still regret the loss of my mother, even though I hate her? I couldn't let poisonous emotions take over my heart. I understood that in my mind, but I just couldn't get rid of that feeling. The old furniture wasn't the only stuff that was kicked out of the house. There was a lot of junk that I brought home from the landfill. My father was probably going to throw that away too. He doesn't like the junk I collect. He'll probably let the delivery company take it all together with the old furniture. Just like an animal that rubs its scent on a home in order to feel secure, I collected all the junk in order to make sure that I could stay here. No, that's not it. I wanted to bring them to my house because they were abandoned by their former owners, and they needed a place to live.
Aw.
If you haven't clocked it yet, everybody, even if it's never said in words, this is an autistic girl.
Yeah.
The store where my father ordered the jackets from is a fancy boutique. And I need to adjust my seating position, so 1 second.
Got it. I need to take a sip. There's like construction going on outside, it sounds like. So sorry if anybody can hear it. Probably can't.
I
It's
can't
like-
hear it.
It's like beeping and trucks and...
Oh, now
whatever.
I hear it. When you're talking, I hear it, but I guess like the mic kind of ducks itself when you're not speaking.
Yeah, whenever I'm not speaking, it's probably going to duck. It also does that for
Right.
OBS as well, with my compressor and stuff, but I hope it's not too bad.
No, it wasn't bad at all.
Okay.
Also, what I did hear though was that fucking sip of ages you just took. That was like fucking Foley.
Awesome. I like to drink water. It's good. Hang on, I'm
I
gonna
also
take
like
another
to
one.
drink water. Smile. Oh shit,
Holy shit, water.
guys, have you heard about this? This water thing?
Have you heard about water? I got rid of the water me command.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I just want to drink water when I want. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's fair. I ain't trying to piss on other people's time.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, I
hard to
did-
believe my father would shop at a store like this on his own. I could tell right away that Rena-san took him here.
Why does everybody have such similar names? There's Rena, there's Rena, there's Rika. Fuck! Too similar.
I handed over his receipt to the cashier. A short time later, my store manager came out wearing a perplexed look.
Ryuugu-sama! I'm very sorry, but it seems like the truck carrying your jackets is stuck in traffic. I don't know why I'm speaking like this. It should be here soon, though.
He said that the driver called a while ago, told him he just got off the highway and would be here in about an hour. I didn't need to know about all the details, but he explained them to me anyway. I asked him if I should come back tomorrow. He insisted that I should wait because the truck would be coming shortly, and he urged me to take a seat on their sofa. But I didn't really feel comfortable waiting there, so I told him I'd be back soon and left the store. I wondered if there are any fast food restaurants nearby. I might have to go all the way back to the station. I looked around and found a coffee house. The glass on the door was black, so I couldn't see inside. But there was a poster saying the price for a cup of tea is lower than normal for women on weekdays. I'd just be going to get a cup of tea to kill some time. It should be okay. But still, I hesitated to go inside before opening the door.
Oh, this is me, I guess. Her first impression of the coffee house was the smell of cigarettes. It's normal for coffee houses to be filled with cigarette smoke. It's like a requirement. But Rena still regretted her decision. While she was thinking about leaving, the proprietor spoke to her brusquely and showed her to a table. Rena gave up on the idea of leaving and sat down. The atmosphere in the shop was far from a clean, normal coffee house where you would go to simply enjoy coffee and cigarettes. It was more like a place where vulgar people would hang around. Rena didn't feel comfortable at all, but what bothered her most was the laughter of a man and woman sitting together in the very back of the shop. Her table was behind a planter, so depending on how one looked at it, one could say she was in the spot most protected from their laughter. But Rena looked as though she wanted to leave as soon as she finished her tea. The bell hanging from the entrance door rang, letting her know a customer just came in. It was a little surprising for her that a coffee shop like this could draw in so many customers. Hey, Buzzy. Rena peeked at the newcomers from behind the planter. There were 2 of them. They looked like vulgar men, the kind of people you didn't want to get involved with the instant you saw them. The proprietor tried to show them to a table, but they ignored him and walked towards the back. They walked up to the couple who had been laughing loudly and greeted them with a bow. Uh-oh! Tepe! I read for...
Hey!
You read for Tepe? Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember either. You
Yeah,
finally
just go
made
for
it. Sit down.
The couple stopped laughing, and the man told the newcomers to sit down in a threatening tone of voice. As instructed, the 2 of them took a seat.
So, what happened?
We're very sorry. We tried to...
Cut it, dipshit! Just hand it over.
The 2 of them looked at each other before they each took an envelope out of their pockets and put it on the table. The man roughly grabbed 2 envelopes and tore one of them open. Inside, there were many wrinkled 10K yen bills bound into a bundle with a rubber band. He opened the other one to make sure it also had cash in it, and then threw it to the woman.
Count 'em.
Hey, don't order me around. Oh, it's the girl. He's cheating with Tepe. Yeah.
Remember last stream when I said, you know Rena?
Ah! So Rena is the girl that Tepe is cheating on his wife with. And...
Yes.
Ah!
Rena is the woman that left Tepe, and that is why he went to live with Satoko.
I get it now. Alright, time to be a bitch. Let's go. Hey, don't order me around. This is originally my money, you know.
Shut up! Just count 'em!
The man yelled at the woman. She licked her thumb, looking annoyed, and started counting the cash expertly. The 2 newcomers hung their heads while she counted. Lighting a cigarette, the man waited for her to finish counting. Good. It's all here. The woman said that after flicking through the last bill. The newcomers looked relieved. The man, however, didn't look satisfied as he stared at the bundle of the bills the woman was holding.
Mitsuko, how much is there?
What? I told you it's all here.
I'm asking you, how much is that?
I told you all the money I lent them.
No, idiot! I'm asking you if they paid you the interest.
The man and Ritsuko yelled at each other. Even though they were making all that noise, the other customers acted like they didn't hear anything.
Hey boys, there's only 2 mil in here. What's going on?
The 2 of them were trying to find some excuses to make. It seemed like this behavior had touched the man's nerves as he started looking furious.
The fuck is this? I asked you what's going on! You better start talking!
His angry voice echoed through the shop. He hit the table hard and dropped a glass on the floor. The noise thickened the tension in the atmosphere. Oh, we are very sorry.
Being sorry doesn't give her the interest, does it? I don't mind calling the police to solve our problem, you know.
Please don't. The 2 newcomers must have been in an extremely vulnerable position. They bowed so deeply that their foreheads almost touched the table.
I called y'all here because I thought you wouldn't want me to involve the police. But then you act like you don't fucking care.
We're sorry. We're very sorry. While you could pity them, the newcomers looked as vulgar as the man threatening them, making it hard to decide whether you should feel sorry for them or not. Thanks for snoozing that ad. After a while,
Yes.
Ritsuko opened her mouth as if to offer them help. Tae-chan, don't be so mean to them. I'm sorry. My guy gets mad easily when money's involved. Wow, is this
You
the
don't have
first
to
time we
add the
see
money
him?
part.
Is
Yeah,
this the first- Wow. He sucks.
I don't know
love
whether
him.
he looks older or younger in his anime portrayal. It's like weird. Some parts of him look younger and some parts of him look older.
His fucking neck. Like, the definition in his neck is insane. Jesus.
Yeah, he's not like that in the anime. That's why he's a lot less defined.
Oh.
I'm getting tickled because they're bitching at you.
Getting ticked. Tickled.
They're ticked. I can't fucking read, okay? I'm a stupid bum.
Jeez. Why are you being tickled? God. Geez, saying those stupid things won't get you anything. That was a kiss noise. I just realized.
That was.
The man pulled Ritsuko roughly into his arms and frantically kissed her lips without caring about the other customers. Their kiss wasn't like the lovely ones that normal couples would share. It looked obscene instead. Ew, PDA. Ew! He let her lips go to take a breath, kissed them again, and repeated that for a while. After a while, he finally got bored of kissing and let her go. He gets really mad when it comes to me, too. He's impossible.
So what? This woman's like a part of my body. Putting dirt on her means putting dirt on me. Whoever tries to do that is in for a bloodbath.
Do you remember the guy with the comb over? I forgot what you did to that guy after you took him outside.
I remember him. He challenged me, wanted to take it outside. He said he did karate, so I got a little excited to see what he had, and I punched him in the stomach, but then he just kneeled on the ground. I was disappointed, so I took off his pants and underwear and made him clean the public toilets with them.
Ew.
See? I'm helping society! I deserve an award for that one.
I can't believe you made him do that. You're so gross sometimes. Wait, no, I need a kyaha. They started
It's like
laughing.
Ojo-sama if they were like so much darker.
Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to go for. They started laughing loudly like they were doing earlier. Their laughter obviously intimidated their companions. Listen, you two. Tae-chan is actually in a very good mood today. Usually he'd start yelling, "This isn't enough money," and you'd be thrown into the Oji River naked by now. We truly apologize for the inconvenience.
Well, you forgot about the interest, but you did put together the rest of the money in time. I'm impressed. So I'll be nice and take that into consideration, you know?
Anyway, his interest rate is a little high, but it's only 5 if you pay it today. If you wait even a day longer, it'll be doubled. And if it's doubled, I don't think you'll be able to pay it no matter what you do. So, I'm going to make you a deal. Tae-chan, would you give us a minute?
Sure, I guess it's okay.
The man left the table with a grin and headed for the bathroom. He was far too amenable to that request, as if they'd planned for him to leave the table at that moment. Ritsuko made sure he was in the bathroom, then took some papers out of her bag and spread them on the table. You're young. You don't want to ruin your life because of an outlaw like him, do you? So, I recommend you pay all the interest today. If you do, you can cut your ties with him. We understand that, but we can't get 500,000 yen just like that. I understand. I bet you tried really hard to collect that 2 million yen. I understand there's no one who'd help you out with another 500k. They must have done their very best to collect even the money they brought today. So it must be impossible for them to collect even a dime from anybody now. They hung their heads and told her that.
If you want to take any man lines while Tepe's in the bathroom, you can.
Sure. I'll take the
Ow.
guys while Tepe's in the bathroom.
The guys. However, or the guys in general, because I'm doing the narration now, honestly.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
However, take a look. I made this for you.
The guys looked at the paper on the table and muttered under their breaths.
You don't need collateral or a joint guarantor.
Guarantor.
Guarantor. Wow, I know words. Joint guarantor for this, so the interest rate is a bit high. But with this, you can take out a loan of 500,000 yen right away. Even this interest rate is a lot better than Taechan's. What do you think?
It would be easy for anyone to guess what Ritsuko was trying to force them to do.
If you show him this with your signature on it, I'm sure he'll let you off. It's your choice, though. If you need a pen, you can use mine. Here.
They read the small print on the documents. And were stunned by the outrageous interest rate. Ritsuko didn't force them to do anything. She just looked out the window and smoked her cigarette. After a while, the man returned from the bathroom.
Hey, did you come to an agreement?
They looked at him, steeled themselves, and took the pen.
They're going to borrow money to pay your interest. It's only 500,000 yen, so they can pay their debts soon if they work really hard.
That's great. I'm impressed. Men get tougher when they have something burdening them.
They must have planned this from the very beginning. The man and Ritsuko got what they wanted and grinned at each other. There were many things to fill out on the documents, and it was taking them a long time. The man and Ritsuko, already knowing that, started talking amongst themselves.
Ritsuko, how's your husband and Hinamizawa doing?
Oh!
What? He's not my husband.
What's going on with him? I heard he has a lot of money. How much do you think you can squeeze out of him?
Okay, I thought this was another man, not Rena's dad.
Well, you'll be surprised. I heard his ex-wife gave him a settlement when they divorced, right? But I just found out that she gave him a lot.
How much is a lot?
He has about 50 million yen in the bank. He's a big spender.
Wow, that's real big. So how much do you think you can squeeze out of him?
He has a big crush on me. He buys me anything I want. Anything. He's not cheap like you. I might get serious about him.
I don't think so. Your body won't be satisfied with anyone but me.
Oh, fucking kissing noises, hell yeah! Woohoo! Stop it, not here!
So, what's the plan?
I'm thinking about telling him I need some money to get rid of my ex-boyfriend.
I need that, like, meme that's like, please don't go back to him, baby. I'll give you anything you want. And then the bottom text is like, hey, Daddy Long Dick just landed in Hinamizawa.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So fucking gross. How much are you gonna ask him for? You're a scary woman. Let me know if you need an actor for your play.
I almost imitated the whisper in room like 209 in Silent Hill 2. Anyway.
I hate ASMR, by the way. I'll
I'm
be
sorry.
your scary ex-boyfriend. Excuse me? We finished. Great! Then let's bring it on over to the loan company. Ritsuko, take care of the check, would ya?
The man pat them on their shoulders and then walked to the door.
Fucking loan sharks.
Another person was just about to enter, and they nearly ran into each other. The man probably wouldn't make way for the person, considering his personality. But when he noticed who that person was, he stepped aside. Ah, the orangutan man! Wow. The person looked as vulgar as all the other men. He was wearing a black suit with glasses on, sunglasses. He wasn't that big, but his stern look was very intimidating. Wasn't that big, he looks like 8 feet tall right now. It was clear at a glance
Sprite
that...
does him no favors.
No,
None.
it was clear at a glance that he was a gangster, and a professional one at that. The man who was behaving badly earlier looked a little nervous in front of him. As Ritsuko finished paying the check, she noticed the man in the suit.
Oh, General Manager. Good morning, sir. The man in the suit said nothing. He just raised his chin as if saying, fuck off! Fuck off! Ritsuko and the others bowed to him and left the shop in a hurry. The proprietor noticed the man in the suit, also greeting him with a bow. Who could he have been? He appeared...
Sedate.
I know that word, but I've never used Estina in that context. He appeared sedate compared to the other men.
Yeah, it just means that, like, calm and collected.
Okay. Alright. Like I know sedated, and I know sedate is a verb. I've just never seen it used as an adjective like that. Okay, anyway. Compared to the other men, but he must be dangerous because he made even them step aside. Everybody in the shop thought the same thing and tried not to look at him. The man in the suit looked around and found the menu on the wall. The proprietor walked up to him hesitantly. Hey, waiter.
Yes? Is anything bothering you, sir?
Do you have this, seasonal desserts? Sweets something or other today?
Huh? Oh! No, actually, we aren't running that today, but... Well, if you insisted, then we could make it specially for you.
If you're not selling it, you're not selling it. I'll come back some other day. I want to do Kasai's voice like Mike Ehrmantraut, honestly. If you're not selling it, you're not selling it. I'll come back some other day. Oh, Shion!
Hey, Kasai! He said he'd make it for you. Take us off or we came all the way here.
The girl seemed to be the only one who couldn't read the heavy atmosphere in the shop, and she came in laughing cheerfully. It was Mion Sonozaki's twin sister, Shion. Shion pushed Kasai into the store while he hesitated. She looked at a girl who was sitting down and stopped in her tracks.
Huh? Oh, it's you! Hello! Rena-san! How are you doing? Oh, Shi-chan? I'm surprised to see you here. Huh? Are you here by yourself? You waiting for someone? Is it my sis? Or maybe could it be Kei-chan? Shi-chan, who is this? Are you talking about Kasai here? He's like my bodyguard. He'll protect me when my life's in danger, won't you?
I'll give my life for your sake, but if that's what you want me to do.
Wow. Kasai, if you were 20 years younger, I might have fallen for you. He looks scary, but he's a very funny guy. This is Rena Ryuugu-san. She's Sis's friend.
My name is Kasai. Nice to meet you.
Kasai-san, do you know the people who just walked past you?
Kasai nodded, indicating that he was familiar with them.
Who are they? I've never seen them before.
The man is Teppei Hojo, a skunk of a human being. Shion seemed to know who he was once he heard the name Hojo.
And the woman?
Rena Mamiya. I believe that's her business name. Her real name is Ritsuko Mamiya, I think. She's a hostess at Flower Road.
Kasai-san, do you know what he is to her? They look like a couple to me.
Hojo is Rena's pimp. They're very, very bad people, so you should never get involved with them.
How bad are they?
Rena pressed him for the answer, and Kasai seemed to back down a little from that pressure. It's more courteous to stay out of a woman's private affairs.
How bad are they?
Please don't ask.
How bad are they?
Rena kept asking the same question until she got an answer. Shion sensed how desperate Rena was and cut into the conversation.
Kasai, why don't you just tell her? I don't think she's asking out of curiosity. Am I right, Rena-san?
There was tension developing between Rena and Kasai. Shion seemed to be the only one who couldn't read the mood. Kasai finally opened his mouth. They're both skunks, really. I've heard they're making a living by gambling and blackmailing people. I've also heard that they set up badger games.
What's a badger game? Well, a badger game is like a marriage fraud.
The woman finds a catch, a man who has money, and begins a relationship with him. Then her boyfriend shows up and catches them in the act, blames the guy for stealing his girlfriend, then blackmails him for money.
First, the woman makes him buy expensive stuff for her. Then she and her boyfriend take all of his money. There's a rumor that she's got herself a big catch recently.
Wow, whoever that is, I'm so sorry for him. Well, the guy had some fun with her too. I guess he gets what he deserves.
That's a little harsh, Shion-san. A man sometimes falls for a woman very easily.
Oh, really? I wonder whom you fell for. Waiter, bring the dessert to us, please. Wait, where did she go?
The snapping.
Giggling at. I've got that picked up.
She just took her leave. Rena was already gone. The door, which had just closed, looked as if it was the only one that knew where she went. Only thing that knew where she went. Oh no, we're out of snoozes. It's fine, we're probably almost done.
When I got home, the door was locked. I used my key to get in and I found a note in the living room. Something's come up, so I have to go. I'm going to eat out tonight, is what the note said. I don't know why I read that like a Seuss book. This wasn't the first time he'd done something like this. Each time he only told me he had to go to Okinomiya for something. But I knew the real reason because I heard him talking on the phone once. Rina-san must have had some free time between jobs and asked him out to have dinner together. I heaved a sigh, looking at the new living room I hated, and went to my room. I thought back over what I had just heard at the coffee house. I tried to rationalize the meaning of her actions there. Maybe she had to pretend to be a bad person because she was being threatened by the man. That even after the man she called Techan left the table, she continued to threaten the guys and push them into signing the loan contract immediately. If she was threatened to play along with the man, she wouldn't have done that. If she was pretending to be a bad person, she could have shown a little mercy or sympathy when he left her alone with them. It's like holding water in a bowl you made with your hands. No matter how sturdy you made the bowl, the water would leak from your fingers. Mercy and sympathy leak out from you. But nothing, not even a drop of water, leaked from Rina-san. Her hands weren't even moist, they were all dried up. There was no water that could leak through those hands. Rina-san was threatening those guys as much as the man was. Neither was leading the other along. They were doing it together. That was it. Rina-san is a bad person. My brain cells accepted the idea with applause. After all, I always hated Rina-san. I just couldn't accept the feeling before because my father liked her. But at that moment, I could finally accept it. She's a bad person, just like my mother. She's an existence that will ruin everything and destroy my father's happiness just by being with him. But I wonder if my father would understand that Rina-san is a bad person if I told him so. My father likes her so much that he would jump over a cliff if she asked him to. He thinks everything she does or says is great and interprets everything about her in a positive way. He protects her and praises her without her asking him to. I'm not a kid anymore. I understand how a woman can tame a man. It's different from love. Love is about trying to build a relationship. Taming is just a way of satisfying the lust to dominate. She's just trying to make him into her slave. Women can deceive men, even my father. They can use dirty methods to ensnare men like they're following a manual. It's the weak point all men are born with.
Penis.
Even with a strong will, they can't resist it.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. That's why I hate those women who exploit that weak point to deceive men. That's why I couldn't bring myself to like Rina-san. For the sake of the argument, let's assume I acknowledged an unreciprocated love like that. But that would only last as long as it was love. If it wasn't love, if it was just a method to threaten and squeeze money out of him, I would never forgive her. I remember their conversation at the coffee house. Rina-san said that my father is a big spender. In fact, I think he spends more money without hesitation than before he met Rina-san. I was happy that he started to regain an interest in going out into the world again, but now I don't know whether I should be happy or not.
He controls the money of the Ryuugu family overall, but since I do the grocery shopping, he often gives me his bank book so that I can withdraw money. Because of that, I know where he keeps his bank book, his personal seal, and other important stuff. They're in one of his drawers, which he usually locks. I know where he hides the key, and I know the combination of the cash box inside the drawer. He might be coming back soon, so I felt a little nervous. But I had to make sure. I opened the cash box, which had some bank books, personal seals, stamps, and unused postcards. I removed everything from the cash box to get the bank books. Then I found something new. On the bottom of the box, there was a bundle of new 10,000 yen bills. Its thickness wasn't something I could ignore. There was also a paper wrapper that looked like it had been bundling the bills. The wrapper had a stamp that said it was a bundle of 1,000,000 yen. He usually kept some cash at home because it was troublesome to go to the bank every time he needed money. But it was still usually around 100,000 to 200,000 yen at most. He's never kept such a big amount of money at home before because he knows it's unsafe. The extraordinary amount of 10,000 yen bills was abnormally intimidating. I tried to open the bank book, but my fingers got numb all of a sudden. A part of me was trying to deny the things I heard at the coffee house. It wasn't because I wanted to defend my father, or even Rena-san. It was because I didn't want to believe my father was the husband in Hinamizawa the blackmailers were talking about. I opened the bank book. The last time I saw it was about 2 or 3 months ago. It shows countless withdrawals since that day. I probably wouldn't understand what those numbers meant. But I felt in that moment as if the 10 different digits were speaking to me. They were a series of cruel digits. It starts with some understandable expenses that I assume represent dinners or something. But then the amount of money starts to become nice round numbers like a 5 or a 10. I can tell by looking at the dates he withdrew the money that he wanted to have a certain amount of cash on hand when he went out with Rena-san. Among those expenses, a big number appeared all of a sudden. It was too much money to spend on a date, hundreds of thousands of yen. I looked at the date of the withdrawal, and I traced it back in my memory. I remembered. Around that time, Rena-san was talking about moving into a new apartment. I know the market rate of rental apartments in Okinomiya. You need to put down 2 safety deposits and 2 payments of key money in order to rent an apartment. That amount of withdrawal sounded reasonable now. He paid the whole down payment for her new apartment. After that, big numbers started appearing one after another. I could tell they were congratulatory gifts for her new apartment or something. The numbers got bigger and bigger. It looked like at first he was withdrawing only the amount of money needed, but then he started withdrawing big amounts of money all at once because he knew he was going to use it someday anyway. The change only meant one thing. He lost his sense of the value of money. The balance kept going down, and I started feeling anxious about what's going to happen if he continued spending money like that. But then, I saw a deposit of a big amount of money into the account. Where did that money come from? There was only one thing I could think of. I opened the other bank book. It was easy, like a puzzle for kids. It was like playing with an easy jigsaw puzzle that comes with huge pieces that you don't even have to put together to see what the whole picture looks like. My father was using money from his time deposits. In other words, the settlement my mother paid my father when she divorced him. To him, it's cursed money. I understand if he wanted to use it to get new love. But that was just an excuse to use the money from his time deposits. Money is money. Even though it's his divorce alimony, it's still important money for our future. Even though it's cursed money to him, that doesn't mean he can waste it. Big expenses started appearing one after another. There are many expenses, upwards of 6 digits. For some reason, I could tell immediately they were for buying electric appliances and furniture. He must have been buying everything she asked him to. If, from the beginning, Rena-san was only seeing to check if he could end up being a big catch, she must have been trying to find out how much money she could squeeze out of him. And my father bought her anything she wanted, no matter how expensive it was, so she probably thinks of him as the perfect catch now. The numbers in the bank book told me so. Simple numbers and dates on the bank book had started talking to me. Around the time he started withdrawing big amounts of money, Rena-san started coming to the house more often and also started spending the night. To Rena-san, my father was at first just a guy who spends big money. But around that time, she landed her big catch. My father used to refer to her as my friend in Okinomiya at first, but he started referring to her as Rena-san around that time. This is partially his fault. But he was betrayed by his beloved wife, and he was feeling hurt and down for a long time. It's also partially my fault. That's why I didn't want to blame him. And he's not that good looking either. There's no way he's immune to women. He must not have been able to resist an attractive lady who aggressively approached him when he was feeling down. He's crazy about Rena-san, and he can see nothing other than her. I can't blame him because Rena-san trained him to be that way. I put the bank books and other things back into the cash box. This cash box is just like my father's heart. Rena-san is eating up the contents. What should I do? Think, Ryuugu. Should I tell him about Rena-san's scheme? No, that probably wouldn't do anything. The whole point of taming an animal is that it won't run away from its owner even when the door is wide open. My father probably wouldn't leave his cage even if I opened the door. Should I confront Rena-san about her plot when he's with her? The result would be the same. Rena-san would run behind his back. He'd probably try to protect her. If she pressed her breasts against his back, he'd protect her no matter what. I couldn't make of this a problem between me and him. First of all, I was trying to get rid of Rena-san for his sake. If we got mad at each other, it would give the advantage to Rena-san. It would be like I was putting myself into her trap. Then, that meant I couldn't make him do anything. If I couldn't make him break up with Rena-san, I'd have to talk to Rena-san directly. So instead of making my father fight, I'd have the fight in his place. But how? That guy, Kasai-san, who was with Shi-chan today, seemed to know the man Rena-san was with. I wonder if I can somehow meet him again. He looked scary, but I was introduced to him as a friend of Ni-chan. Ni-chan has a lot of power around here. There's no way he would treat me badly. I wonder if he could tell Rena-san and the man to back off from my father. That'd help me a lot, but I didn't know how I could meet him again. I could ask Ni-chan for help, but I didn't want her to know about my situation. This is a problem of the Ryuugu family. This is nobody's business but mine. Yeah, this is a battle that I'd have to fight alone. I regretted my parents' divorce. I wept about the tragedy I could have prevented if I'd tried. I wasn't going to weep this time. I wasn't going to let the chance slip away. This time I would fight for my happiness.
Kill her.
It's bad.
Kill her! Kill her!
It's bad.
Shit's bad. Shit's bad.
It's bad.
Okay. You want to read the tip first, or do you want a bathroom break first?
Let's read the tisps first.
Let's read the tip first. Before we do that, I wanted to do one small little tangent in regards to having divorced parents and then your parents starting to date, and then not trusting that that new partner for no reason other than I just have a bad feeling. So this is I think I may have sort of told this story on stream. It's kind of a personal story, so I'd be surprised if I did actually, because I don't do this a lot. So my mom was dating this dude for a long time, and I never liked him. For no real reason. He just gave me the creeps. I just had a bad feeling. So I related really strongly to Rena having a bad feeling and not liking Rena. And, just not liking her and feeling like, no, I should be happy. I should be happy that my dad is happy. I should be happy that she's kind to me. And I understand that mental battle that Rena was having. So it turns out, this dude that dated my mom for 10 fucking years was cheating on her the entire time. And I just knew in my heart something was wrong. And I understand that feeling of discovering that, obviously it wasn't as bad as Rena's situation, but, just that, realizing I could have done something, even though you couldn't have, logically.
No.
Yeah. I relate to Rena so much right now, it's freaking me out a little bit.
Rena is just. She starts off in like chapter 1 as a very one-dimensional. Hell, I'm a silly, dopey girl who doesn't pay attention, and I don't know what a sex is. Ooh, what's that, Keiichi? No, she's doing that on purpose.
Yeah.
She's doing that on purpose because being dumb and naive is much happier for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a reason,
understandable.
I think, why Rena is like the favorite character that Ryuukishi has ever written.
Mm-hmm.
That's something he said himself, that Rena isn't the poster child for nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, she's a very relatable character. All right,
and
let's see.
While I feel like the writing in Umineko is better overall, and some of the characters come very, 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 very close to Rena, I don't think Ryuukishi has written a better, more rounded character than Rena.
Hell yeah. I can read this.
Can you take over this one?
Yes. Dear Ritsuko Mamiya-sama, Executive Housing Corporation. Attached estimate. We thank you for your past visits and inquiries to our office. We've included the estimate for the property you inquired about. Basic information. Property name, Palace of Versailles. Versailles? Versailles. Yeah, room 707. Property code 14M1421. Property type modern condominium. Layout 2LDK. Address Shishibone City, Koiwa-cho, Chome? Chome?
I think so.
Okay. Transportation, XXX line, Gogura Station, 5 minutes on foot. Cost 49,800,000 yen. Maintenance fee 20,000 yen. Other southeast corner room, elevator floor, condominium fitness club membership included. Thank you for your interest in this property. The area around Gogura Station is a prime real estate zone for luxury condominiums. Along with future planned developments, the real estate values in and around Gogura Station are expected to rise, and this property is not an exception. As a result, many prospective buyers are interested in this property. Hence, we'd like for you to understand that the selection process for this property will be done via lottery. Also, we also offer celebrity member preferential treatment, granting highly improved chances through additional lottery entries. Please feel free to inquire with our agents for more details. Executive Housing Corporation. Celebrity Account Manager, Kawabata. Oh!
What's the name of this tip again?
Property estimate.
Thank you.
Alright. Let's take a break, guys. I need to pee. And I need to get more water. Yay! Yay! I hear the Higurashi music and the BRB music at the same time. It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, let me know when you're back, Cal. Man, I want to play Look Outside now. But hey chat, how are you enjoying this chapter so far? I'm gonna crack open a cold one. Oh. Strawberry lemonade seltzer. It's engaging. That's good to hear. I really like the drama with Rena and her family. It's good.
Sorry that took so long.
Hi! No, it's fine. We've just been chatting.
I just come back from the bathroom. The first part of my break was spent doing some calculations.
Yeah?
49, this is a rough estimate. 800,000 yen in 1983.
Mm.
Today is, well, as of last year, because that's not how things are calculated.
49,800,000?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
800,000 yen, there you go. Is today,
Mhm.
roughly, 67,401,009 yen.
Mm-hmm.
Converted to current US dollar, that is $456,964.
So almost $500,000.
Just dropped on a woman he met last year.
Jesus Christ, dude. Ugh. Thinking with his penis! No!
Think-
Poor
Thinking
guy.
more so with his broken heart.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
He is also thinking with his penis, though.
He is also thinking with his penis.
This is a very complicated situation because a lot of people, their first instinct is to be like, oh, well, he deserves this. He shouldn't get tricked like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's wholly fair.
No.
Rena's
No.
dad is not a perfect man.
No.
I don't think he's a very good dad in general.
I'm also
but
gonna
that's
switch
not come
over
about
here.
because he's naturally inclined to that. It's come about because of some horrible shit that he's had to go through. And that sucks for him. And I empathize.
Mhm.
But at the same time, Rena is also right in that even if she brought this shit to her dad immediately, with all the evidence that she has, he would probably not believe her. Because he's desperate for something and someone to believe in.
Yeah. Desperate for love. This is Rebound. Yeah, because they didn't divorce they didn't divorce too long ago. Like, it has to have been like a year or so at most.
It's been a little longer than that. It's been about
Oh, okay.
4 or 5 years. But it's been a year since they moved back.
I see. Okay, got it. Oh, poor guy. Oh, man.
Yeah. And
Finally finds love and it's like fake. Ugh.
Yeah, extremely fake. But I mean, like, these sorts of people exist to prey on people like him.
Mm-hmm. Aw.
It's not so common anymore, just because, like, there are so many avenues that you can take for dating.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, a lot of a side effect of purity culture is that, like, a lot of like titty bars and shit, they just don't operate like this anymore.
Titty bars. That sounds
I
fun.
mean, that's what they are.
Yeah.
um 07. Rest in peace, Hooters. I really liked the premise of your establishment because I think sex workers should have more jobs that isn't solely dedicated to fucking. But also, your entire existence was predicated on the objectification of women, and that wasn't great.
Did Hooters shut down and I missed it?
Oh yeah, Hooters went out of business.
Wait.
I'm serious. They went out of business like this year.
What?
There's nary a Hooter left.
It didn't.
It did. This was huge.
Hang on. Is Hooters still in business? It says
No.
it is.
Maybe there's like some Hooters.
They
that were,
closed
like,
over
bought by
30
their
locations. They just closed a shit ton of locations. They didn't go completely out of business.
Okay.
It seems.
I heard that they went bankrupt.
Probably, but they're probably not completely out of business. They're probably just bankrupt.
Yeah, probably what happened is that like several area managers had the money to just like outright buy their locations, and now they are like still a brand, but kind of like a disenfranchised series.
I actually have a beautiful memory of the only time I ever went to Hooters was with a group of very British people from London. And like apparently their whole thing was every year that they visited to go to conventions, because they were invited to conventions, was they would go to Hooters with a big group of people. And so I I ended up going with them, and they were just like, "No, this place is amazing. We don't get this in the UK."
We sure don't. There's nothing like that here. The first time I ever saw a maid cafe, and it's still to this day the only one I've ever seen, was in Manchester.
I don't think I've ever seen a maid
And
cafe. That would feel awkward.
it was
Thanks for the follow.
and I believe it's still there. But it is a maid cafe attached to a larger block of stores called Affleck's Palace.
Mhm.
And the idea of Affleck's Palace is that it is a humongous, like 4-story building.
Mhm.
With lots of like little outlets and like shop floors and stuff, and it's full of like a lot of indie shit, like band t-shirts, like there's some people selling masks, there's like crystal and incense people, there's
Hell
people
yeah.
who sell like old toys, old retro games and shit. You can find a lot of shit in Affleck's Palace. If you're ever if anyone here is ever in Manchester, fucking hit up Affleck's Palace right now.
Sounds dope
'Cause
as hell.
it's an incredible fucking experience.
Oh,
My only complaints are that it is a little difficult to get around if you're disabled. They do have an elevator, but to get to that elevator, you have to go upstairs.
that's so dumb. No way. Oh,
No, but like I understand why there's not really any other way they could do it, because this is Manchester is full of like old buildings, right?
Mm.
So they were all built in like Victorian years, sometimes earlier, and they're put onto streets with extremely shallow steps.
Mm.
So like if you tried to put a ramp there, like you physically could put a ramp there, but it would A, obstruct foot traffic, and B, would be too steep to put any kind of like wheelchair or other similar device onto. So
Mm.
there really just isn't a good solution other than widening the pathway, which
Yeah.
isn't going to happen.
Yeah. Also, I would like to say hello to Rory and Dev in chat.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome
Sorry that I'm
to
going
us.
off on a fucking
We're
tangent.
just talking about things. Hooters and things.
And anyway,
Oh.
back to the maid cafe. The maid cafe is on like the second floor at the back of the building. And I've not actually eaten or drunk anything there because like all maid cafes, the fucking food is ridiculous. It's like sugar parfait, fuck come explosion. It's like I can't eat all this sugar, I'll die.
I would love a maid cafe that was just like not really a maid cafe, but like a maid bar. Like just go and there's cute girls, and maybe
I want
guys.
a maid diner, which is kind of just what Hooters was.
Honestly,
but,
yeah.
The problem with maid cafes and the problem with Hooters and other similar establishments isn't that it is a place where you go to ogle women. That is not
Oh god.
the primary concern. Oh my god, everyone's gonna talk about me defending Hooters. I'm not defending Hooters.
Hi, Audie. We're talking about Hooters and how much we love Hooters and women and boobs.
I've never been. I can't love Hooters. I just love the premise that like you could go to somewhere. And I also love tits. Let's go.
Let's go, boobs! Hi, everybody.
Boobies.
How is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and Explorers of the Sky? How are you guys?
Great game. Great
Hell
game.
yeah. Boobies.
Anyway, back to my point. The premise is not a bad one. Like, sex work is not inherently bad. Why are you going to a sex worker other than, I think this person is attractive?
Yeah.
Let me touch your boobies, let's fuck. That's great, that's awesome. Happy.
Hi, this is an 18 plus stream, yay.
This is an 18 plus stream. If you're a fucking kid, get the fuck out of here. I'm talking about Hooters. I'm talking about Hooters!
We're talking about Hooters. Do I still have this command? Hang on. Yes. Alright.
But, like, the problem arises when you remember the kind of society that we're in.
Yeah.
Which is one that intersect, like with Hooters especially, and maid cafes especially, intersects two of the worst kind of man.
Oh yeah.
And
We need the
worst.
music. We need the music as we're talking
The
about
first
Hooters.
of the two worst kinds of men is the misogynist who thinks he's entitled to women's bodies.
Yes.
Everyone knows this guy.
Yes.
He's been a problem in society that we've all acknowledged since fucking Sex in the City.
Oh yeah.
And this is a terrible kind of person who needs to unlearn their misogyny, but won't because it gets their rocks off to see people in peril, and it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second kind of worst kind of man is the customer is always right.
Yes.
Which is the motherfucker who thinks they are entitled to service, that thinks they're entitled to not just like the service of the restaurant, but the service of the people who work there and the bodies of the people who work there.
Yeah. But
Which
here's
they're
here's the upside to Hooters. Do you know how many fucking lesbians that place attracts? A lot. Okay.
And that's awesome.
You know what? There's actually a part 2 to my story of me going to Hooters with a bunch of people from London. Okay, so everybody at my table was like a huge lesbian, like obvious lesbian, like butch lesbian. Anyway, our waiter or waitress, she was beautiful. They're all beautiful. Women are amazing. I love them. And she was clearly like, she was giggling like, because we were flirting with her, and she was just like, oh my god, she was really into it. To the point! To the point! She didn't charge us for our drinks. And it was awesome. She completely like left it off of the receipt, and we got the receipt, and we were like, and she was just like, shh, be quiet. Shh. And I was like, yes! Yes! That's that lesbian privilege. Anyway. Hi, welcome Raiders. We're playing Higurashi. We're in the middle of it.
Yeah.
We're in like a little ways into chapter 6. So I just wanted to say right off the bat, there's like 80 hours of VOD, of 80 hours of story that you have missed out on. So like if you don't know anything about Higurashi, you are going to be incredibly lost. We cannot feasibly catch you up on everything that has happened so far. So please accept that you are just going to be lost if you decide to hang around. If you don't want to hang around, that is totally okay. Don't worry about it. You can come back later when I'm playing something that's not easily you know.
Okay, people in chat, is the mic cutting out me, or is that on stream too?
Wait, what's happening?
You were like cutting out a lot.
Oh, it's
like,
probably
I
on Discord.
I could see your VTuber moving and like animating and stuff, but like you were like missing entire words from your sentences.
I think it might just be Discord.
Maybe?
How did Hooters even come up in a stream of this game of all things? There's a dude who's thinking with his penis right now, and so Hooters came up. We're coming through clear. Okay, that's good. Okay, there's
so
no...
it's just me then. I'm gonna try and reset Discord.
Oh god.
Oh my god, another raid! Oh my god!
Oh god. Oh god. Probably CRISPR? Maybe
no,
I should...
turn that off.
No, I have CRISPR on. Hi, Yori! How was your stream? What were you up to? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I don't know if it's CRISPR, because this is a problem that's only started happening like now, rather than like the entire stream.
Oh, my raid thing was So wait, this has been happening the entire stream? Hang on.
No, what I'm saying is it's only started happening now.
Oh, okay, weird. Let me see.
I would have said something if it happened earlier.
Okay, how do I sound now?
Say like a really long sentence.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog, and I am speaking so much right now. Hello, Yori, how are you? I didn't...
Okay, it seems fine. It seems fine.
Cool. Alright, no more CRISPR. Thanks for the follow! But yeah, if you guys enjoy drama or melodrama with anime, you're in the right place. Welcome. Dog? Yeah, that's Cal. He's the burger dog. Burger dog! Yeah, the alert was super late. Doing Pokemorning. They're doing PMD Explorers of the Sky, and I'm working through a Pokemon Coliseum. That's so cool. You guys are so cool. Well, thanks for the raid. If you guys, or raids rather, the double raid. If you guys need to take a break, chill, relax, please go do so. Otherwise, welcome in everybody. we're gonna do a lot of reading of anime girls. Let's go.
Mhm.
Let's go. Ah! Thank you, Yori! I drew it. I drew this new model. I didn't rig it, but I drew it. I'm so excited. Oh, speaking of anime girls, here's my anime girl that I read. Yippee. Oh, you're talking about Kasai-san. He's Shion's watchdog.
Her watchdog, really?
Yeah, he is. Shion tends to do crazy things, so she needs to have someone watch her all the time.
She's such a crazy girl.
She's so crazy. Hashtag just girl things. I think you're as crazy as Shion.
Keiichi-kun cut into the conversation. They ended up making a lot of noise, teasing each other like they always do. Mion made it sound like that man, Kasai-san, is some sort of territory boss in Okinomiya. It wouldn't be easy for me to meet him in person.
Enjoy your lurk, Yori. Thanks again for the raid.
But because he's Shi-chan's watchdog, I might be able to find a way. The problem, though, is that I don't have any connection to Shi-chan either. We hang around every once in a while whenever she comes to Hinamizawa, but I've never called or visited her. I have no idea how we can meet. Even if I could meet Kasai-san, there'd be no guarantee that he'd help me. He seems like the kind of person who doesn't like to gossip about others. He told me about Rena-san at the coffee house only because Shi-chan pushed him to. Plus, the situation could grow worse very quickly while I waited for the chance to meet him, so any help he might offer could come too late. I remember Kasai-san told me that, as her next step, Rena-san usually uses her partner to threaten their catch. That would signify the end of her performance. They were going to take off all of my father's money. I wasn't feeling a sense of crisis yet, but that time might be coming very soon. Even as I was at school taking a class peacefully, that man might already be at the house right at this moment threatening my father to hand over his bank books. Once I become anxious, I get more and more anxious. I could feel a big pressure on my chest as if the ceiling had collapsed on me.
Man, I'm so bored. My life is too peaceful. Oh man, that must suck, Keiichi.
I'm gonna suck for you.
Keiichi-kun talks to me, yawning. Is that so bad? I'd love to have a peaceful life that'd bore me.
I don't. I wish some kind of big event would happen, like aliens coming to attack us or something, or my my dad being tempted by a temptress and having all his money stolen. I'm not saying I'd like to have something like that every week, but at least at the end of every month or so. Oh, and that doesn't include our monthly test.
If aliens really did come, destroyed the Earth, and burned all of Hinamizawa, would you be satisfied? Would you?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm just saying that I want for some kind of excitement because I'm so bored.
He had no idea of what I've been going through, of course, and that's why he says that. I was still irritated by his insensitivity. I couldn't understand why he wouldn't be satisfied with such a peaceful life. He never has to doubt that today and tomorrow will be as fun as yesterday. I was all too aware that boring and peaceful days could be destroyed all of a sudden. I knew that boring and peaceful days could come to an end all of a sudden because your mom wanted to divorce your dad. I knew that you could feel like you didn't belong anywhere in your own house because your dad had gotten a new girlfriend. Even so, you had to repeat the same kind of day over and over again. That's why I want to live every day happily in order to be prepared for when the world comes to its end.
I'm jealous of you, you know? You look so happy all the time. I wish I had that kind of skill.
You're jealous of me, huh?
How do you do it? How do you live every day not being bored, but being happy? If it really is a skill, I'd love to learn how.
That's easy. All you need to do is realize.
Realize what?
There's no way he could realize it. And it was probably better that he didn't, because that meant he was truly happy. You just need to realize that your happy days will one day come to an end.
Beautiful scenery. Mion. No, I wanted to speak. Damn it.
The three of us walked home from school like we always did. Mi-chan said goodbye to us at the corner of the street where she took her separate way home. She walked away waving, but I chased after her. Michan!
What?
Michan apparently thought she dropped something, and she looked around to see what she dropped. I almost forgot to tell you. I saw Shichan and Kasai-san yesterday at a coffee house, and I picked up something that Kasai-san dropped while he was there. Of course he hadn't dropped anything. I was lying. If I could meet him, I'd just show him whatever, tell him I thought it was his, and apologize for my mistake.
Sorry, I was trying to scroll in chat because there were like a bunch of messages I missed.
You're all good.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm sorry if anybody was saying anything and I didn't read it. Ah.
Oh, well, thank you then. I'll send it over to him in that case.
I'd like to give it back to him in person.
Eh.
Michan looked surprised. I couldn't blame her. I'd met him only once. It's weird to want to give something back in person to someone you barely know.
Well, that's all right. But why?
How? He had this cute beard and these cute sunglasses. I'm so crazy about cute things. How?
How's in the chat?
Could I fudge my true intentions with my cute mode? I tried it anyway. Michan usually takes words at their face value, and indeed she seemed to buy it.
Amazing.
Please don't pull out his beard and take it home with you.
So, do you think I can meet him?
Well, I have no idea if he's busy or not. I'll ask him when he's coming to Hinamizawa next.
I needed to know when as soon as possible. Of course, I wasn't going to say I wanted to meet him today, but at least tomorrow or the day after tomorrow.
What are you guys doing?
It seems like Rena found a new love.
No! Oh!
Really? How interesting. I want to hear about it too.
I didn't want her to leave it up in the air, so I told her I think I should give it back to him as soon as possible. I'm sure he's looking for it too. Michan said okay twice and walked away waving. I hadn't yet thought about how I was going to ask for help when I would meet him. He seems to be in a higher position than Rena-san and her partner. If he agreed to help me, it would be very encouraging. But there was a possibility that he'd tell me he didn't want to interfere in other people's private matters. He could just say the whole thing was another love triangle between a father, his daughter, and his lover.
Bye, Rena. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow! I said goodbye to Keiichi-kun and walked home alone.
You know, something that's always bothered me about, like, their sprites going to and from school is they never have any book bags. They never have any backpacks. Like, do they just not have backpacks in Japan, or what?
It's more so about their school. Like, they don't really get homework.
Oh, that's so awesome.
I know,
Man.
right?
And I
like
think I got
occasionally they do, but like not very often. And
like I think I got scoliosis from my backpack, so you know, it's probably good.
I know how you feel. When I was in high school, they had like lockers physically in the location, but we weren't allowed to use them.
That's so fucking weird.
Because they quote unquote didn't trust us. They never elaborated on what that meant.
That's weird.
But I assume it was something to do with the fact that, dox me if you like, I live in a very small town in England that is kind of rife with, like, knife crime and drug crime and other such things. So, if we had lockers, they would assume that we were hiding drugs in them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I see.
And, like, yeah, maybe, but, like, is that really worth the spinal health of all of your students? To them, yes. I never would have guessed Cal was British. Good, then it's working.
It's working. The plan. Did you read this?
After Keiichi-kun was gone, everything went quiet and my head became clear.
Detroit, England. Close enough.
What I needed at that moment was quiet time to think about what I should do from then on. I shouldn't depend on Kasai-san to solve my problem.
Detroit become British.
You don't want that.
He'd most likely decline my request, so I'll have to think about some alternatives. It's probably better that I just do that. A love triangle between a father, his daughter, and his lover. Those words bothered me, because I've seen an unhappy triangle like that before. That sort of thing had happened to Satoshi-kun. Satoshi-kun experienced it last year. He fought for his sister in a triangle with his aunt. It was the same situation as mine. I'm trying to fight to protect my father.
I've heard what the British did to cheesecake. Man, I don't know if that was the British or if that was just my fuck-ass existence.
I can't believe
but
people still
considering-
remember the cheesecake.
I also can't believe people remember the fucking cheesecake. I told that story once.
Yeah. It was years ago, I feel.
that was like 2 years ago, I feel.
Probably.
What did they do to the cheesecake? You don't want to know.
You don't remember. You're not worthy.
You don't want to know, and also, I don't want to explain. It takes too long.
Takes too long.
Nobody helped him. All I did for him was give him my sympathy and compassion. I didn't think I could do anything more than that. I felt sorry for him, but I didn't really help him out. Irresponsibly, I tried to cheer him up, and I probably told him something that I thought would make him feel better, but that hurt him instead. I recently realized how much I hurt him with my insensitivity, because Keiichi just hurt me the same way. I'm going down the same path Satoshi-kun went last year. I feel like I'm experiencing deja vu. An unusual repetition. That would mean that I'd be the one who gets demoned away this year? I should be okay. I wasn't thinking about running away from Hinamizawa. Was I? I wasn't thinking about running away from Hinamizawa, but I thought about running away from home many times. That's why I made the place I could escape to in the garbage dump. That dump happened to be in Hinamizawa. But what if it wasn't? Running there would be the same thing as running away from Hinamizawa. I shouldn't think like that. Oyashiro-sama will get mad at me. Oyashiro-sama is really scary. I saw flickering lights in my head. Oh no. Every time I tried to remember that time, my mind would stop working properly. I remembered the vivid colors of my psychoactive drugs. The flickering lights and clouds started spreading in my head. They were so bright and annoying. Don't try too hard to remember. Don't try too hard to remember. No. I couldn't stop the flickering lights in my head. I couldn't have that feeling. I had to fill my heart with another feeling. Yeah, there was no time for these crazy flickering lights in my head. I had to think about what I should do when Kasai-san declined my request for help. I had to protect my father from Rena-san and that bad man. Wait, why was I still calling her that? Rena is Rena. Rena. She's a bad person who deceived my father and tried to bring us unhappiness. Bad people bring bad things into the world without even doing anything. They're different from the other 90% of people who aren't bad. If you let them loose, they'll even ruin the people around them. When you have one bad tangerine in a box, it spreads its fungus to the other tangerines around it. That's what bad people are like. I couldn't remember how Satoshi-kun resolved his triangle last year.
Murder.
But I could still see the flickering lights in my head. They're still flickering. 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 Just as the swirl of flickering lights was making me dizzy, I saw my house. I also saw Rena-san's scooter parked by the side of the gate.
Murder.
The moment I saw the bike, the flickering lights disappeared and I regained control of myself. Rena-san spent the night last night. She told me she had work to work today in the evening, so she should be leaving soon. But I didn't want to be around her, even for the little while until she left. I said, "I'm home!" real loud, rushed into the house, pretended that my friends were waiting outside, and rushed out of the house. But Rena-san stopped me.
Hey, Rena-chan, you're home.
Hello. This was the first time I thought Rena-san's smile was ugly. It only stood to reason. I had realized the scheme she was hiding behind the smile.
Your father and I went to Gogura for lunch today. There's a restaurant there that makes delicious Indian curry. Oh, I want Indian curry.
My father poked his head out of the living room and he says,
Oh, that's me. I want to go there again next time we go. I really like that curry.
I wondered if he meant with me next time or with me and her. Anyway, I hate it when Rena-san says your father.
We bought you some curry home, or brought you some curry home from the restaurant. Try it later. It's very good. Have you heard of that restaurant, Reina-chan?
I did know the restaurant she was talking about. I saw it in a magazine. It's a new restaurant that just opened recently. I also remembered that it was an expensive restaurant. The amount of money they spent on the take-home curry alone must have been enough to cover the cost of all of our dinners for several nights. Since I was aware of what was in the bank books, it was hard for me to stay calm. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Rena-san. That is curry, my favorite. Boy.
Hang on, I gotta get my my voice back for her. It's not working. Hang on. The sultry.
Reina-chan, your father and I would like to talk about something with you.
I'm sorry, but my friends are waiting for me, so I have to go. Hello? We're going to go treasure hunting at the garbage dump again.
You really like treasure hunting, huh? I'd like to go there sometime.
Well, I've got to go. Bye. Every time Rena-san moved her arms or head, the scent of her perfume struck my nostrils. I hate the smell of her perfume, so I couldn't stay there a second longer. I rushed out of the house and started running to get away from her perfume.
Oh. Took a moment.
The rubber band inside me, the one called Rena, was stretched all the way to its limit. I'm pretty sure I'd explode and go crazy if the rubber band broke. I didn't want to feel like that inside my own house. My house was supposed to be the place where I could open my heart freely. I ran away. I ran away from there. I ran farther and farther away from there because it was no longer the place I belonged.
And I ran. Sorry.
I ran
So far away.
It's not
had
I
to
had a
get
destination in mind. I was just running away. I was running to escape to a place where I did belong. Didn't I decide to fight against that woman? Didn't I decide to fight against her either by myself or with my father? But then, once I saw her fake smile, a chill ran up my back. It was like I picked up a stone, found a carpet of bugs underneath it, and put it back on the ground in a hurry. I rushed out of the house as fast as I could.
I really like that analogy. That's good.
Did I want to fight, or did I want to run away? Was I just choosing to spend a peaceful time at my hideout, believing that tomorrow would be the same as today? I couldn't do that. I didn't know when they'd spring their trap. I couldn't afford to waste any time. I knew that deep down. I knew that, but I just wanted to run away. I couldn't stop myself from running away, and so I did run away. At times like this, the mattress in my hideout would feel so soft. That I knew.
Evening.
The cries of the Higurashi were soothing to the ears. They sounded as soft as my mattress.
Aw.
They were like music. They didn't force any feelings upon me. They cried as if to tell me to just be who I am. It was always so quiet here that I immediately noticed the purr of an engine coming closer. People used to come here and make a lot of noise during the dam conflict, but now nobody really comes here. This place is forgotten.
Poor Rena. She's just a small town girl. Living in a lonely world. Sorry.
It's true. So, it was rare to see somebody come through here at all. I sat on the roof of an abandoned car and waited for the intruder to go away without looking their way.
Who the fuck?
But the purr of that engine stopped. I'm not stupid. If it stopped, I knew exactly who it had to be. I heard the person calling me, but I ignored it once. This person came closer, making it harder for me to ignore her, and she called my name again. I turned around this time. Rena-san!
Rena-chan, are you hard of hearing?
I'm sorry, I guess I couldn't hear you because of the wind. She seemed to buy my poor excuse. She smiled and said,
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Are you here alone? That's a danger question. Where's your friends?
I'm playing here alone.
Well, it's rare for a girl your age to play alone.
Rena-san stretched and looked across the huge garbage dump.
Stretch it. I can't believe people throw so much scrap out here. Did you know? There used to be a place near Hirosaka where people threw tons of abandoned cars without wheels.
I wasn't interested in Rena-san's old story, but I pretended to listen and nodded. She doesn't take this road to go back to Okinomiya. I guess she knew I'd be here and came by to see me. What did she want? It was obvious that she was just trying to make conversation. She probably took it personally when I avoided her earlier, which must be why she was here to butter me up. It would be better for her not to have any conflicts with the daughter of the man she's seeing, no matter what the intention of seeing him is. In that sense, it was reasonable action for her to take. While I listened to her old story, all I could think about was when she was going to leave. Didn't I have to fight against her? Didn't I decide to fight against her? Didn't I find out her plot at the coffee house in Okinomiya? Didn't I find out that this woman is squeezing money out of my father when I looked inside his cash box? I know who you are. Please leave my father alone. How easy it would be if those 2 sentences could solve the problem. She'd probably deny it. Even if I told her about what I heard at the coffee house, I have no evidence of her plot. If she said she did it because the vulgar man was threatening her, there would be nothing I could do. But I know this woman is a bad person. I know something horrible will happen in the near future if I waste time like this. A strange, tense feeling started coming over me, but I didn't know how to let it out. As the feeling started running high, I became unable to stand the smell of her perfume. I wanted to put a certain distance between me and her, so I climbed down the slope of the scrap heap. I kept going down and down the slopes of the garbage dump. When I turned around, I saw her coming down as well, muttering. Was she following me? In order to run away from her, I started running down the slope all the way to the bottom, went around some trash piles, and arrived at the front of my hideout. My escape was meaningless. Not only was she going to catch up with me eventually, all I did was let her know the way to my hideout that nobody is supposed to know about. I wanted to make sure she never saw my precious hideout. I was about to leave, but then she appeared.
Wow. This is cool. It's like a secret base.
This is my secret hideout. Nobody comes here and nobody can hear us. I felt strange, hearing myself say that.
So, this is your secret hideout, huh? I'm honored to be invited here. Bitch, you said you were invited. Get the fuck out.
She must have thought I told her my secret because she was worth sharing it with. She looked happy.
Thanks for the follow.
She found the station wagon, looked inside of it through the window, and went all ooh and ah excitedly. This is a secret place that nobody else knows. I felt like my consciousness was separating from my body, like I was floating. But it didn't feel good. Like when I drink Amazaki, it was more like being car sick. I felt like I was going to throw up. My brain was probably secreting some chemical in order to avoid facing the reality that I'd have to stay with this woman, that I couldn't run away from her. But even if my brain tried to avoid recognizing it, the reality in front of me wouldn't change.
Rena-chan,
Yes?
what's wrong? Are you feeling okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I inhaled fresh air and pulled my consciousness back to reality. I didn't feel like throwing up anymore, but I still felt off balance. I leaned onto a scrap of garbage to keep my balance.
I like you, Rena-chan. Do you like me?
What are you talking about all of a sudden? I said that because I didn't want to say that I like her.
I've been seeing your father for quite a long time now, and we've been talking about many things, you know.
I needed to stop feeling like this. Get up, Rena! I'd heard something like this before. Part of me was trying to understand what this woman was trying to say, but another part of me was trying not to. I felt as if her words were bouncing around in my head, and I started having a headache.
We had a serious talk about our future the other day. You know, about our life together and so on.
What?
I can take for Rena's mother. You like
Sure.
Uncle Akihito, don't you, Rena? So your father and I are...
What's going on? Mother? What are you thinking about, Rena Ryuugu? This is an important moment! You're about to have a one-on-one battle with Rena-san! No, Mom, what about my dad? What about me? I don't want you to divorce him. I don't want you to get remarried to anybody else. No, please don't divorce him. I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to let you get remarried. I'm not going to let you get married to my father.
What?
I don't care if you go out with him, but I'm not going to let you get married to my father. She must have not thought that I'd say it straight out like that. She looked stunned. After a while, she broke the silence with her laughter.
I thought you might reject me, but I didn't think you'd say it straight out like that.
You thought I might reject you? I'm surprised you even noticed that I was doing it.
Of course I did. You always ran away whenever you saw me. You thought I didn't know? That's why I hate kids.
She frowned, revealing her ugly self. It should have been the first time I saw her face like that, but I wasn't surprised at all. Her face looked like that to me from the very beginning.
I wanted to get along with you if I could, at least on the surface, but I guess it's hard to do that now since you hate me so much. What do you hate about me? I'd like to know for future reference.
Everything. I hate everything about you. I hate your smell, too. One vicious word came out of my mouth from after another. I didn't have wings, but I felt as if I was flying up to the sky. I felt weird and uncomfortable, but also exhilarated. I felt as if I was letting another me use my body. I was in the middle of a disastrous battlefield, but I felt like it wasn't even my business.
That's just fine with me, because I hate you too. I guess we're even. You little fucking brat! You better shut your fucking mouth or I'll make you!
Never come to my house again. I'll never let you get married to my father.
I don't need your permission, you know. Well, why don't you try and stop your father from remarrying? Let's see what happens. I think you're wasting your time, though.
She didn't look intimidated by me at all, and that made me feel a little intimidated in return. Why was she so confident of her absolute control over my father?
Hi, Proxy.
She had to have more than confidence to be able to act as fearless as this. Hi, Proxy. She must have something tangible. Before I asked her what it was, she told me herself.
Ah. I'm pregnant. I had no idea how to deliver that. I'm pregnant.
You're lying!
I'm not lying. It's true.
It's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a big lie! She has to divorce because she got pregnant. She has to get married because she got pregnant. That's a lie! That's a big lie!
I'm a Christian, so I can't get an abortion. You'll just have to accept it. Plus, we had sex with marriage in mind. He made me pregnant. If he changes his mind and takes no responsibility, it's going to be a big mess, you know.
That was your plan, wasn't it? I overheard it! I heard the conversation you had with that man at Techshot at the coffee house. I know you started seeing my father for his money. I know you call him your husband in Hinamizawa. I know he's just a big catch for you. I know everything because I heard it from Kasai-san. I know you do basher games too.
Oh, you knew? Well, well, well.
Before I knew it, Rena was standing right in front of me. We glared at each other with our faces almost touching.
So, Rena-chan, you know everything, and what are you thinking you're going to do?
Don't come near my father ever again.
What if I refuse? You wanted to talk to me at your secret hideout, right? I kind of knew what you wanted to talk to me about. You brought me to your secret hideout, where nobody knows and nobody can hear us, right?
You can't wait for Rena's crash out. Dog, she is crashing out presently.
Yeah,
This is a current moment crash out.
presently.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody knows about this place and nobody can hear us here. Nobody comes here because it's a place forgotten. Our faces were so close to each other that our noses could almost touch. I knew what I was talking about, but I didn't know what would happen next. I couldn't back down now that I'd come to this point. But I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I should do.
Come on, let's not do this. Let's be friends again.
Rena started laughing and slapped me on the back. My expression didn't change, and I kept staring at Rena. But I didn't notice her real intention of putting both her arms around my neck. The tension broke, already stretched thin, and Rena squeezed my neck hard! I was openly hostile, but I didn't realize Rena's evil intentions until she started choking me.
You little brat. I'm so close to getting millions of yen. If you at least pretended to get along with me, I would have given you a good allowance. But you just can't keep your fucking mouth shut, can you? You got some fucking nerve. Brat like you should die.
I tried to pry her hands off my neck, but I didn't have the strength to do so.
I didn't want to kill you, but I'll probably never get as big a catch as your father again. So I don't mind killing you for millions of yen. I was going to disappear after I got that money anyway. This is what you get for talking back to me.
The world around me got darker and darker. I'd never known an evil intention like this, namely the intention to kill me. It didn't scare me, though. That's because being scared is a feeling that people use to express how they feel when they see wildfire on the other side of a river. People on the island with the wildfire, with their deaths right in front of them, they don't get scared. If I loosened my grip on her hands even a little bit, she'd crush my throat. This was a simple competition to see who was stronger. Rena wanted to get to the most advantageous position, so she tried to push me down to the ground so that she could mount me. If I let her do that, I wouldn't stand a chance. I tried to keep my current position, but I was losing a lot of energy by being choked. It was only a matter of time before Rena could push me down. I lost my balance on purpose. I tried to fall backwards in order to put her off balance. I couldn't hold my breath long enough to keep up the strength competition. So I had no choice but to take that chance. We fell on the ground, tangled together. But as Rena was strongly determined to kill me, she didn't even take her hands away from my neck after she fell. However, my action made Rena loosen her grip on my throat. It wasn't loose enough for me to break free from her grip, but it gave me a few moments for me to use my hands for something other than stopping her from crushing my throat. If I hadn't taken the chance, I would have been done for. That's why I tried so literally to seize my chance. I moved both of my hands on the ground. To seize that chance! I felt a piece of broken glass on my right hand. That was truly my chance to literally save myself from the brink of death.
Nice, nice, nice.
I
Yes!
cut Rena's wrist deep with a piece of glass. Rena tried to endure that pain for a few seconds. But pain that severe from someone so cornered soon broke her will. She let go of my throat to cling to her bloody wrist. I used that moment to roll away from her.
It fucking hurts.
She screamed, both in pain and to try and intimidate me again. It didn't work anymore, though. Intimidation only works on the opponent when the opponent is hesitant to fight. When you're already in a fight, screaming like that means nothing more than letting the opponent know how badly you're hurt. I no longer had any hesitation. I'd learned from Rena. She taught me what I have to do in a situation like this. That's right. This is my secret hideout. I know every single piece of junk in here. Maybe I knew that a day like this was coming. Was it just a coincidence that it was here? I pulled out a meter-long lead pipe, not at all surprised to see it there. I raised it up high and brought it back down. There was no way Rena could block this hard and heavy lead pipe with just her arms. She probably tried to block it with the palms of her hands in order to take it from me. But her long nails wouldn't let that happen. Unable to catch it the way she wanted, she broke her fingers and some of her nails came off too. Her scream made me realize that I had the advantage. An advantage I would have to keep. If I didn't, she'd turn the tables just like I did, and then she'd choke me to death for sure.
Stop! Stop it! Wait!
Rena shielded her head with her arms, but it didn't help. All that would change is that I'd break her arms before I break her face.
I hope my neighbors aren't concerned for my health.
I think about this constantly.
I do, yeah. Whenever we do, like, serious scenes like this, I'm like, oh, fuck. I hope I'm not too convincing. I'm serious! Stop it right now!
I'm serious too. Die! 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 You should die! Yeah, that's right. I should have done this a long time ago. I didn't need proof. I didn't have to talk to anybody. That's stupid. That's nonsense. I should have done this a long time ago. If I'd done it a long time ago, my father wouldn't have been deceived. I could have protected him. I could have protected my family. I could have protected my life. I could have been myself. Mother wouldn't have divorced my father. I could have stayed happy. I wouldn't have to be unhappy. I'm going to recapture my happiness. At this moment, I'm going to win back my happiness. I'm not going to cry for misfortune. I'm not going to give in to a fate of unhappiness. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to seize my happiness. Right now, with my own 2 hands. Rena tried to run away from me. But as she no longer had the use of her hands, it made it difficult for her to stand up to escape, especially since there were scraps of junk everywhere on the ground. After all, this is my hideout. This is my territory. Nobody can run away from me here.
There is no, like, proper Higurashi fighting game, but if there was, I know for a fact that the Junkyard stage would go fucking crazy.
I know there's a new Mineko one.
There is, yes, Golden Fantasia.
Yeah, because my friends joked, like, are you ever gonna play the Umineko fighting game? And I was like, what?
I think it would be fun, but it's also like 30 pounds-ish, I think. It's like not an unreasonable amount of money because it's a very well put together game.
I'm not really a fighting game person, so
I mean, neither am I.
yeah.
Consider it'd be funny for a one-off.
It would be funny. It would be. I do like Soul Calibur though. That's like my one fighting game that I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go.
I don't really know much about Soul Calibur. I don't think I could compare the two.
It's just the controls are very intuitive compared to like other fighting games to me. So that's why I really like it. Oh, did you already
She
read
tried
that?
to climb up the
Okay,
slope
no, you
of garbage, slipped, fell, and rolled all the way back down. She didn't stand up or move.
Sorry, I just had the thought of like if there was a fighting game stage of this, like an arena trap could just be like arena rolling down the hill.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
That's fucking bleak.
Just like
Her eyes
just like something in the background of her just trying to like the Sisyphean task of her like climbing up the garbage and rolling back down.
That's so fucking dark.
I love it. It's so funny.
Her eyes were open and her neck was bent at an unnatural angle. I didn't know how to make sure she was dead, so I kept looking at her opened eyes for a while. She could be faking it for all I know. But she didn't close her eyes no matter how long I waited. I scooped up a handful of sand and threw it on her face.
Pocket sand!
My pocket sand. Hashtag my pocket sand. Thud. The lead pipe slipped out of my hand and onto the ground.
Thanks for the follow.
Did you follow for pocket sand?
Did you follow for pocket? Follow for pocket sand, everybody.
Follow for pocket sand, which we'll never
Wow.
bring up again.
Did
When
you
I tried to pick it up, I realized how heavy it was, and I was surprised that I was wielding it as though it were a knife. I was sweating all over. The cold wind felt good on my skin.
She is probably covered in blood.
The cries of the Higurashi were calming me down and healing my soul. Rena was just like a broken dummy now. She'd become a piece of junk. I'm the owner of this land of junk, and I've defended it from her intrusion. Now she was a resident of this junkyard. I didn't feel bad about killing her. In fact, I felt rather fulfilled that I defeated the evil woman who had deceived my father. I started breathing slowly and calmly, and I regained enough energy to analyze the situation. I'd have to hide her body. First, I had to get rid of her scooter. I climbed up the slope and kicked her scooter down the hill. It rolled down the slope, making a lot of noise, and it blended in with all the other junk as it stopped, like it was there from the beginning. I went back down the slope and started dragging her body to my hideout. It should have taken as much effort as dragging a 50-kilogram sandbag, but it felt lighter than that. It was just a sandbag, yet it brought disaster to my family. I didn't lure her here in order to kill her. Or did I? Maybe I just didn't notice that I had that intention deep down in my heart. But even so, I felt like this was the best and most expedient solution.
I'd just like to point out how insane it is, like, the juxtaposition of, like, comparing, like, Keiichi, like, fully planning out how to murder Teppei, like, had a whole elaborate scheme, had a whole elaborate plan, was like, I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna hide this here, and I'm gonna bury the body here, and I'm gonna make sure I have this, and I'm going to make sure I call him here, and I'm gonna have an alibi, and etc., etc. Like, he had everything planned out. Rena, like, gets Rena, like, in a place where nobody can hear her or see her, and then fucking kills her. But she also tried to kill Rena, so, you know. Self-defense.
Rena also has the hometown advantage of, like, knowing where everything is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Keiichi's been here for, like, a couple of months at best.
Mm-hmm.
There was no better solution than killing her. How wasteful to depend on someone to help me, to wait for the day to come when they will. I remembered the murder of Satoshi-kun's aunt that happened last year. I had no doubt that Satoshi-kun murdered her. But I've never been as convinced as I am right in this moment. How could he have saved Satoko-chan, other than by killing his aunt last year at that time in that circumstance? One moment.
Mm-hmm. Take a sip.
My situation was much the same as his. How could I have saved my father other than by killing her? If I was planning a murder, I would have been under a lot of pressure and stress. But for better or for worse, the moment came to me out of nowhere. That's why I believe I solved my problem with as little trouble as possible. Now that she's gone, will anyone become suspicious about her disappearance? She was an irresponsible person who skipped work at her own convenience. So I didn't think anybody would get suspicious when she'd disappear one day. She was a big mess from the start. People will think she went into hiding because she got into deep trouble with someone. I didn't need to fabricate an alibi. All I needed to do was get rid of her body. It took me a while to figure out how to do that last part. Hiding her body would be very risky. But my brain had become so calm that it did some calculations and came up with an answer right away. Yes, this place is still the safest. This is a place forgotten. Nobody comes here. Nobody knows this place is here. I knew that because I've been spending a lot of time here. Compared to taking the risk of carrying her body to some other place, it was a lot safer to just hide it here. but it wasn't perfect yet. This place wouldn't remain a secret forever. I could hide it here for now, but I'd have to come up with the perfect way to make it completely disappear. It's a lot easier to think about that than thinking about how to make Rena break up with my father. I stuffed her corpse into a broken refrigerator in a trash pile. I wanted to cover the refrigerator with dirt and bury it, but that was too easy. I had to chop the corpse into pieces and make them completely disappear. I felt like it got dark all of a sudden. No, it didn't get dark all of a sudden. I just didn't realize it was getting dark until just then. I could hear thunder from a distance. It might rain soon. I could use some rain. It'd wash Rena's dirty blood into the ground. I should go home. I should think about what I'd do tomorrow. I was going to stay right beside my father until he forgets about her. He might be hurt at first, but we're going to recapture our happiness for sure. Our happy, peaceful life. My body was heavy with exhaustion, but I also felt fulfilled because I took a very important step today. I'll keep taking one step after another. I'm not going to cry anymore. I'm not going to cry until I win back my happiness. I'm not going to cry again.
Yes. I knew she'd fucking murder her. I didn't know it'd happen that fast. I didn't know she'd do it right away. Powerful.
There's a lot more to this chapter.
Oh boy.
You don't need to get remarried. That was the first thing I said after I got home. My father looked stunned. He noticed the sad tone in my voice, and realizing that I didn't agree with the idea of his remarriage, he looked down.
I understand. I know how you feel, Rena. I should have talked about it with you first, and...
That woman is lying to you about her pregnancy.
Don't talk like that. Rena-san is...
I'll tell you the truth. That woman and a guy called Techon are a team of bad people. She went out with you only because she was trying to get our money. My father didn't get it right away, of course. He looked upset because I called her that woman. I should have chosen my words a little more carefully, but I think I told him the truth clearly enough. I told him everything I heard and saw at the coffee house. As I expected, he defended Rena anyway. I was upset, but at the same time, it made me certain that there was no other way than to kill her. I felt the pressure on my shoulders lessen for some reason. My father thought he needed my approval for his remarriage, so he held back his anger and put a fake smile on his face instead.
Hey, Rena. Let's sit down with a cup of tea and talk. I'm sure you'll understand once you hear me out.
A tamed animal is still tamed, even after the owner is dead. That's okay. I'll open the gate anyway. Even a tamed animal will notice one day that he's no longer in captivity. That's not something I could teach him. He had to realize it on his own.
She's so incredibly smart, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Holy shit.
I couldn't stand his fake smile anymore, so I left the living room. Time healed the pain from the divorce. Time heals any kind of pain, just like how dripping water will eventually bore a hole through solid rock. I did what I could do. Now I'd have to wait. But the day I was going to wait for came earlier than expected. At midnight of the following day, we had a visitor. It was that Techon man.
Uh-oh.
Teppei Hojo. Teppei didn't even knock on the door to get in. He broke into the house by smashing the window.
If Teppei has lines, do you want me to take them, since you're doing narrating?
Sure.
Cool.
At first, I thought he came here to ask us about Rena's whereabouts, but I was wrong. The real reason why Teppei came here was because it was their plan. It was the last stage of their badger game. Rena was probably supposed to be in bed with my father at that time tonight. Teppei must have wanted to show up and catch them sleeping together. Teppei looked around the house, but he couldn't find Rena. He didn't change the plan, though. He grabbed my father by his collar and started yelling threats. He showed my father a certificate of marriage to Rena and shouted at him saying, "You got my wife pregnant! How are you going to take responsibility?" My father had no idea she was married. He looked shocked. My father is a short guy who's faint of heart. He just let Tepe do and say whatever he wanted from beginning to end. I looked at them from a distance coldly. The more Tepe yelled and threatened my father, the faster he'd wake up from his bad dream. This was a medicine for him. Tepe was cutting out the cancer that I was going to depend on time to do, and he was doing a great job of it. I waited to help my father until I was sure that he had fully awakened from his bad dream. I told Tepe that I had something very important to tell him and took him outside.
So, what do you want?
Has Rena-san come back to Okinomiya since yesterday?
Hmm?
As a matter of fact, she's hiding somewhere.
What? I don't get it.
Rena-san told me to take you to her when you came to my house.
Huh? The fuck is Ritsuko thinking?
Tepe followed me without hesitation. We walked in the dark with a flashlight, to the place where nobody comes and nobody can hear us. The place forgotten.
Is she gonna kill him too? Bro.
He asked me many things on the way, but I couldn't answer any of them. I just told him to ask Rena. The way I said it seemed to make him think that Rena was going to betray him and get married to my father for real. Even though he was breathing heavily in a rage, he walked right behind me without any suspicions. I knew this day was going to come very soon, so I was well prepared for it. We reached the place where I originally planned to bring him, and I turned off the flashlight all of a sudden.
Oh, what's going on?
Everyone gets nervous when the only light in the dark goes off. But this is my territory. I didn't need any light. I could feel my surroundings even better with my eyes closed. I grabbed the big hatchet I'd hidden in a bush and lifted it up high. I'm sorry. I guess the battery went out. Hold on a second.
Okay, hurry it up.
I purposely sounded weak and helpless while I raised the hatchet into the air.
Oh, I got a lighter. I'll just fire this baby up.
Tepe found a lighter in his pocket and lit it up. He probably couldn't understand the sight illuminated by that small light. He saw a girl lifting up a big hatchet right in front of him. Tepe's eyes went wide. He didn't understand what was going on, but he understood that his life was in danger. And yet, he must not have been able to think fast enough to deal with it, even though he understood what he should do. Even if he could think fast enough and blocked his head with his arms, it wouldn't have meant anything. I knew Tepe would come to my house eventually. That's why I was prepared for that day. I just didn't think that preparation was going to bear fruit tonight. I chose my weapon very carefully. I planned when, where, and how I was going to attack him. And so, there could only be one result. The hatchet cut deeply into his forehead.
Fucked up.
I felt an indescribable vibration through the hatchet when it hit him, and this told me that I broke his skull. He bragged about how good he was at fighting at the coffee house, but he sure went down quickly when faced with a murderous weapon. He was done in a single blow. Tepe slowly fell to his side with the hatchet in his forehead.
When you were saying before, like, about Keiichi and all of his, like, planning to kill Tepe, like, I had my fucking nails in my thigh.
He looked like a victim in a B movie. I killed this big guy with just one hatchet.
Sounds like a math problem from school. If you had one big guy and one hatchet, what does that equal?
Death.
Wow, you did it!
Wow! Murder!
He was probably quite experienced in the world of violence.
I am too. Tough. Couldn't keep a straight face.
But
Okay, hang on.
Thank you, Jillian. Holy shit. Oh my god! Talented, healthy skunk burb is what that clip is called. Tepe is a skunk!
Love it. He's a skunk.
Yay! But I was better than him when it came to killing. Why? Because I've killed someone before. It's all done now. The bad people who deceived my father and tried to rob him blind are all gone. I did what I had to do in order to protect my life. If I had this much courage and determination when my mom told me about the divorce, I might have killed Akihito. If I did, I would have taken the life of only one. Because I couldn't do it back then, I had to kill 2 people in the last 2 days. Rena, let's finish it up. There's already a place to hide his body. I took care of everything. My hands were wet, so I shone the flashlight at them. I thought it was blood, but it was just sweat. Even so, I still felt uncomfortable and shone the flashlight at my hands several times. I did all this in order to be happy. I did all this, so I should be happy now. I tried so hard that I got blood on my hands. I wanted to get that... I wanted to get credit for that from him. Let me ask you a question, Oyashiro-sama. I can finally rewind the time back to the day before everything started to go wrong, can't I? I'm going to stay in Hinamizawa. I'm going to live happily with my father forever.
Ugh, I love the transitions from like night to day.
Yes. It's really gorgeous.
School. It's rare to... Oh, I think that's me. Yeah.
Finally. My brain.
It's rare to see Rena sleep in class. She isn't the kind of girl who sleeps in class because of staying up so late. She had to be tired from doing housework or something. Everybody seemed to be thinking the same thing. Nobody tried to wake her up, not even Chie-sensei. She got up for a few seconds and went back to sleep. She swayed back and forth like she was rowing a boat. But she's in class, so I should wake her up. Right? I was about to wake her up, but before my hand touched her, Mion gave me a sign not to.
Let her sleep. She must be really tired today.
Ah, you're right. I heard a few days ago that Rena lives with her father. She studies during the day, plays a lot after school, and does things around the house after that. I didn't know that. I also didn't know her mother had divorced her father. Mion told me that, and she also told me not to talk about it because Rena is still hurt by the divorce. I didn't even notice that she's been through such a tough time.
Rena is the kind of girl who doesn't show her pain to others. She always looks happy and cheerful, but she might be acting that way on purpose.
Rena told me that happy days will one day come to an end. Remember, that happy day. Sorry. I love that meme.
Remember, that happy day will come again.
She told me she knew that firsthand. She knew... Fuck! Hang on, let me take a sip. She told me she knew that firsthand. What could she have been through? Murder. I had no idea. That's probably why she tried to spend as much time as peacefully and cheerfully as she could. I must have hurt her feelings when I said I was bored of having happy days. When I thought about it, I felt bad for living off my parents, who are both healthy and happy. Boy, you're 14. For that matter, Satoko and Rika-chan lost their parents too. Mion lives with her grandmother, away from her parents, because she needs to learn to be the head of the Sonozaki family in the future. When I realized all that, I felt bad about my situation.
You don't have to feel bad about living with your parents.
Yeah, you're surrounded uniquely by a bunch of extremely fucked situations.
Yes! Mion seemed to have read my mind. She said it with a cool expression on her face.
A family is the most common community for kids like us to live in, but it's not the only community we have.
You mean friends?
Yeah, dipshit. You're right.
Do you think we're as good as family to Rena?
Rena does cleaning, laundry, cooking, and shopping, so she must be tired every day. She could spend her afternoon taking naps. But she doesn't do that. She spends her afternoons playing with us. That means, how should I put it? That means we're her best friends. So you're saying we're friends with as much value as family to her? Yes, that's what I'm saying! She's so annoyed. I've always hated, like, because this is like a trend in like a lot of like Japanese media. It could just be because of like this is just how Japanese like works, like as a language. But there's always like this back and forth with characters in Japanese media where they say something and then the other character reiterates exactly what they said. And I'm just like, bruh, that's what they just said. Like Snake does it all the time in Metal Gear. He's like, CQC. Yes, Snake, that is what I said. Mion looked stunned, as if she didn't understand what I was talking about. Ah, I didn't know what friends meant for you until today. But I believe friends are just as important and valuable as family.
It's actually very easy to understand. You're just a fucking idiot.
Rika-chan.
Apartment complex. I find it quite simple. Apartment complex? I find it quite simple.
Rika-chan joined our conversation.
The important thing is to have people around whom you can feel comfortable. Sometimes you call them family, or sometimes you call them friends. It's just a matter of the word you use.
Are friends the same as family to you, Rika-chan?
Yes, they are. I believe they are to Satoko, me, and Rena, too.
I guess that's why we always try to stay together. You ever feel lonely when you're with your friends?
They're my family, so I'm not lonely.
Mio nodded in agreement. It's easy to understand. Yes, Snake. Satoko was talking with her other classmates, but I'm sure she would nod as well. Rena would too. I'm a little embarrassed. Why? I've been using the word friends, but I don't think I understood its true meaning until today. Friends are more important and irreplaceable than I thought they were. And that's like common sense. So you should take this opportunity to remember that. Yeah, I will. I also recommend that you don't say that again. Kei-chan, you just said something very embarrassing, you know? After all that, Mion still made fun of me. I think I understand a little better why Rena was always so serious about having fun. I want to be her best friend, and I want to do my best to be deserving of her effort. Me. Rena snored. It sounded cute. Chie-sensei let her sleep in class, but she couldn't let her get away with snoring. Class president, wake her up, please. Rena, get the fuck up. I don't know why I saw fuck in that sentence, but I sure did. Rena was still half asleep and made a strange noise. Everybody in the class laughed. Rena noticed they were laughing at her, woke up right away, and acted like she wasn't sleeping at all. It looked really funny, and I burst into a fit of laughter. Ha ha ha! Outside the window, the sky was blue, and the clouds were pure white. It was still June, but it looked like the middle of summer. This perfect weather wouldn't last forever. It could get cloudy and rain all of a sudden. That's why we had to play and raise a ruckus while we still had this perfect weather. The cries of the cicadas sound as if they're laughing at us because we still have some classes left. Ah, damn it. I can't wait for school to finish.
Keiichi-kun, you look very happy. Did something special happen today?
Nothing. Today is today, tomorrow is tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
I'm just happy that we have perfect weather today. I don't care about the weather tomorrow. I want to enjoy today as much as I can. When the weather changes, I don't want to regret that I didn't. I learned that from Rena. I learned that peaceful days are the happiest days you can have, and that they're irreplaceable. Mion, what are we doing today for club activities? We need something very exciting for the punishment, too.
That's the spirit I like, Kei-chan. Because you insist, I'll put you through a living hell. Keiichi-kun, don't provoke her too much.
Hey, are you scared, Rena? I know you're better than that. Let's show her our true power again. Remember, we haven't brought an end to our last battle. I grinned at her, and she grinned back.
I do remember that. Okay, let's do it then. Rena-san, you certainly got me last time. For that, I must pay you back with interest.
And this is getting very interesting. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait for school to finish.
I couldn't wait either, but that time we spend just talking together is also very precious. Yeah, it would be nice if school ended soon. Wow. Wow.
Oh, to be young again.
Oh, to be young again. Oh, to murder the woman your father is seeing and then her
This
pimp.
tip is very important.
My favorite wine. I don't know why I'm Professor Oak all of a sudden. You want to take a break after this tip?
I was wondering if we could end after this tip.
Oh, that's right. It's almost 4. Yeah, we can just chat about like what's happened because a lot has happened, and then we can wrap up.
Yay.
Yay! She wasn't even pregnant. She was lying.
No, she was fully lying about that.
She was lying. She wasn't pregnant. She didn't even have organs. Like her stomach was so flat. Like holy shit. How do you fit a baby in there? Satoko went to join the children playing in the schoolyard. Since I didn't feel like going, I decided to stay home. Is this Keiichi or Rena? It's not pink. Neither. Most likely, she wouldn't be back until the evening. This might be Rika. When Satoko wasn't around, I had ways of spending time without her. Besides, that was what I wanted to do anyway. This is Rika. I'll do a Rika voice, if it is Rika.
I stuck my hand deep inside the pile of winter futons in the closet and pulled one out. Next, I filled a stylish-looking glass with ice. Ice made in the freezer smelled of chlorine, though, and didn't taste good. Store-bought ice would be the best, but since Satoko kept asking me what I was using it for, I stopped buying it. But it might be worth spending time to think about a good excuse for that if it meant I would be able to enjoy ice without ever again smelling the chlorine. I filled the glass with mineral water and then poured a little bit of another liquid into the glass. Watching the color mix into the transparent water was a very pleasant thing. This wasn't the right way to drink it, but I liked it that way and didn't want to hear any complaints. My body is very convenient because I can get drunk with only a tiny amount. You are 8 years old. That's why I dilute that small amount with a full glass of water. And thanks to that, I could enjoy a single bottle for a long time. It wasn't bad, if you thought about it like that. Put a cushion on my favorite spot by the window, and with the glass in one hand, I enjoyed the familiar view and the soft wind brushing through my hair. A slightly sweet, ripened aroma tickled my nose, and just when I was about to start enjoying the atmosphere, the annoying one came back. She didn't like this bad habit of mine, and she complained every time I tilted the glass. She started nagging me noisily. Shut up. Be a little more tolerant. I can drink and eat whatever I want.
You can't! Kids aren't supposed to drink alcohol!
I tried to ignore her, but she started making a fuss, as if trying to ruin the atmosphere on purpose. There is no way I could enjoy getting drunk like this. I glared at her and threw the drink out the window. Do you want to know why I'm depressed? I'm depressed because the way I die has been decided. Seems like she finally understood why I wanted to drown myself in alcohol. You don't have to feel down. I get to die instantly, so it's not that scary. My body will be burned and cut in pieces, but I'll be able to die instantly.
But not yet.
I know. Not yet. When am I going to die again?
I think it's the night of the 25th of June.
It's about a week after the Watchanagashi festival. Well, that sounds reasonable.
Is it my fault?
Of course it is. Are you serious?
Oh.
She was the one who asked me, yet she cried when I told her she was right. Ah, jeez. She's always so annoying. Let's keep trying. I'm sure I'll get 6 in a row on the next board game. June 25th. I still had 10 more days. I was going to relax and enjoy those 10 days. I still had some wine left, too.
What?
That is my favorite tip in the entire game.
I had a thought.
What's your thought?
My thought I had a while ago was that Rika was possessed. Well, because, like, that's, they say that she's possessed by, like, Oyashiro-sama. And I'm like, there's another person in Rika, especially since we have seen her, like, switch personalities a lot. Especially with the scene with Shion, where she stabs herself in the neck. She is a completely different person, so she must be that other character that is in her head, nagging her about alcohol. So, that is my thought. This is also, okay, obviously nobody confirm or deny this.
I'll kill you if you do.
So, there's one unfortunate thing about Higurashi, like in the early 2000s, was it was fucking everywhere, especially the openings. They were basically memes that, like, animation memes that people would put their own, like, fandoms over constantly. So especially the opening with Rika running on the water and, like, reaching out, I saw that constantly. There's a fucking character in it. I brought this up before. There's a fucking character in it. She's a girl. Or it's somebody. There's a little kid with horns. And I think that's the one in Rika's head. And like that I'm holding on to that. And I've been thinking about that for a long time. I just haven't brought it up because there hasn't been anything in the actual story to suggest that. But I have been thinking of that since I remembered that stupid character. I'm like, who are you? You have something to do with Rika, and I know it, and you have to be the one that's possessing Rika. Yes. Rika's a cool-ass child, underage, drinking like that. Truthfully,
no,
Rika's...
it's very sad. It's very, very sad.
It is. It is. Truthfully, Rika's like 11. I have known people who started drinking at that young. And it's very sad. It's very fucking sad.
The way that she talks about alcohol specifically makes me think that, like, original intention when Ryuugu was writing this stuff is that Rika was meant to be around 9, maybe 10.
Okay.
And then for, like, official media later when, like, he was asked, he was like, 11. These are probably numbers that he threw out at random.
Yeah.
And didn't think about too hard.
Yeah.
But the fact that, like, I can talk about this openly now. She said it herself. Rika is so thoroughly fucking depressed that this is alcoholic behavior, everybody.
Yes. Don't drink when you're depressed. Don't drink when you're sad. Don't drink when you're stressed. Don't drink. Only. Okay, I'll share my alcohol rules with everybody once again because they are words to live by. 1, don't drink when you're sad or upset. 2, don't drink alone. And 3, don't drink for the sole purpose of getting drunk. Tipsy? Sure.
I have so many friends who said to me on occasion, like, I don't even like the taste of alcohol. I just do it to get drunk. And I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. That's really bad.
Yeah, drinking specifically to feel the effects of alcohol, I think is fine. Don't drink to get wasted is my thing. Like, getting wasted is not fun. It's not fun at all. Like, there's some other, like, subsets, like, sub rules, like, you could tack onto this as well. If you are planning to drink a lot, obviously have some snacks on standby. Combos! Get some combos! Get some cheese! Get some meat sticks! Get some stuff that's, like, fatty as well.
I just plan to not drink, period. Well, that's great, because we're not talking to you then.
So have Gatorade or Pedialyte or something on standby, so you can have those things before you go to bed so you don't get a hangover. drunkenly make spaghetti. You can drunkenly make spaghetti if you're drinking with friends and you're drinking while you're happy, and you're not drinking to get drunk. These are my rules. Enjoy them.
That being said, if you're blackout wasted, please don't use an oven.
No, don't. Don't.
if you're like tipsy, sure, make some fucking
Yeah.
spaghetti. But if
Yeah.
you're like, I might not remember this night
Uh-huh.
in the moment, please don't make spaghetti. Please don't turn the oven on. This might be pertinent for current recent events.
No, I didn't want to say anything. Anyway.
We'll leave it at that, shall we?
We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Alright, who should we raid, chat? Let's find out.
Me. Raid me.
I'll raid
In
you.
my house.
We're busting in. It's like the SWAT.
Oh my
SWAT
god.
team.
Do you remember like this was so much more prevalent in like 2015-ish when like random streamers and shit would just get swatted?
Oh my god. Yeah, I kind of do, honestly.
Like people thought it was funny to call the SWAT teams on random
Oh my
streamers
god,
that
I
they
didn't know
like.
that part. I didn't know that part of it. Alright, who's going?
Because it was so much easier to get people's addresses back then.
Scorch and Dusk are playing Elden Ring Night Rain.
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring, and I was just streaming with Scorch last night, so you know what? We can do that.
We like Scorch here.
We like Scorch.
Please
here.
remember
He's
that when you
method.
feel scared or freaked to never forget times when you feel happy when day is dark, always remember happy day.
No, listen, before we leave, I need to read that. I need to read that in a Rika voice.
Go ahead.
Please remember that when you feel scared or frightened, never forget times when you feel happy when day is dark. Always remember happy day.
Thank you, everyone.
So true.
Can we make that the raid message?
I don't see why not.
Anyway. How long has Scorch been going? Only an hour. He's gonna be going all day. We went like 4 hours playing Inscription last night, because we were playing Inscription like connected through Archipelago. And it was fucking fun. Alright. If you don't already follow Scorch, what the fuck are you doing? We were just streaming together last night. You didn't follow Scorch then? You should follow Scorch now. While you're at it, you should also follow Dusk, because Dusk is there. Who the fuck is that guy? There's another person there. I don't know them. Don't follow them though. I don't know this guy.